All right, ladies and gentlemen. So today is Sunday. I can't wait for the news. We've got a lot going on. There is a lot of chaos brewing, and you're going to see a lot of it. But I think what is really happening is the people in DC, the people that we thought worked for us, really don't work for us anymore. Washington is broken. And we're going to get into some of the Minnesota stuff. But whenever I say Washington is broken, and I don't mean Republican broken, I don't mean Democrat broken. I mean the whole damn machine is broken. Let me know how the audio is, okay? I want to say that again. The whole damn machine doesn't work for people paying the bills anymore. And the part that nobody wants to admit, we help teach Washington what they can get away with. Now, I know that some of you are already thinking, Ben, we've known Washington has been broken for 40 years. Yeah, but knowing something's broken and understanding why it's broken are probably two different things. And I'll say this, I'm just a redneck from lower Alabama. Spent 20 years riding around submarines underneath the ocean. I'll tell you something we understood pretty well down there. If something's broken, somebody owns it. There's a department, there's a division, there's a chief, there's an LPO. That's their equipment. You don't stand around the engine room pointing at each other and saying, hey, you fix it. You don't blame the guy who had the watch 3 years ago. You don't call CNN. You don't call Fox News because they're not going to repair it. You fix the damn thing. Because when you're hundreds of feet underneath the water, excuses don't keep the boat running. But Washington, D.C., this is a different vessel. Washington has turned excuses into an industry. Republicans tell you we'd fix it if Democrats would get out of the way. Democrats tell their people we'd fix it if Republicans weren't destroying democracy. Now, I don't know what libertarians say. I don't know. I've ignored libertarians for years. They can't get elected dog catcher. And then everybody goes on television, these Sunday morning shows, Meet the Depressed. They send you 17 emails. They fundraise. They go on a summer recess for 37 days. That's what the Senate's doing. And you get these little mailers asking for $20, right? But somehow the same problems keep waiting on us Monday morning. The border, debt, spending, government accountability, election confidence, America's infrastructure. You pick one. But meanwhile, the American people are sitting around the kitchen table saying, did we just elect these people to do something? And I have unfollowed, unsubscribed, whatever you want to call it, ignored, muted so many politicians on X. But that's the part I think Washington is badly misreading. Americans aren't just angry anymore. I think we're losing faith in the institutions that are supposed to represent us. And that's dangerous. Tell me an institution you trust right now. FBI, Justice Department, Supreme Court, the Election Commission, the FCC, the Trade Commission. I would love to get an idea of what institution you actually trust, because I would like to trust them too. Because I think there's a difference between distrusting a politician and reaching the point where you believe nothing you do matters. Because things you do matter. And today I want to talk about how we got here. Why both political parties benefit from keeping us outraged. Why the media makes money keeping us terrified. And most importantly, why I don't believe for 1 second that America's finished. Washington might be broken. America isn't. And there's a big difference between the two. We're going to get into some of this, and I want to show you some of the failures that are occurring, because they are. But I want you to remember that Washington, D.C. might be broken, but America isn't finished. And you need to tell yourself that. Now, I want to jump into some stuff here. We might take some calls. We might not. It's up to you. I don't care where the show goes. It's kind of your show, and I want you to have some input. This is big. Minnesota's governor's race. Let's talk about this. I want you to hear from this guy. I think this guy is, what's his name? Nick? Oh, sorry, David. His name's David. He was with Nick Shirley. They just came out and didn't endorse Mike Lindell. That's the real story here. Not who he endorsed, but why didn't he endorse Lindell?
So I'm here to give.
I don't live in Minnesota. I'm not going to say I don't care about Minnesota, because I do. It's a state in the United States. Minnesota's got real problems. Why do you think that this guy didn't endorse Mike Lindell? And apparently, the lady here on his left, my right, is now leading in the polls there. David Hoke is his name, or Hawk. Just endorsed Lisa Dimmoth for governor. What does that say about Minnesota? What does it say about that race? Here we go. They just revised the job report. Trump has lost 138,000 jobs. Yeah, right. Okay. Who runs the jobs report? Probably the media. Voting doesn't change anything. When they get to Washington, they turn corrupt like others. We got one. We got the black pill doomers. You know, if you think voting doesn't change anything, that might be the core of the real problem. If you're losing confidence even in casting your vote, I think the people that want you to, why are you even watching the show if you don't care about how you vote? Why are you watching anything related to the news if you don't care about your vote? Think about that. Why waste your time? You should be watching Mr. Beast videos, right? Let's go here. I got one for you. I think you'll enjoy this. I think this is interesting, to say the least. Undercover video reveals non-citizens on Michigan voter rolls. For all of you that don't care, this is another story you shouldn't care about, right? Look at that. O'Keefe Media Group uncovers footage from August 4th. This is just a couple of days ago. Registered offenders on DHS worst of the worst list. Now, does this matter right now? I don't believe it matters to the Senate. They left on a 37-day vacation. 37-day vacation while someone like this is, voting.
You registered to vote here.
As long as I'm registered, I can vote, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
OMG has discovered multiple non-citizens from Iran registered to vote for the 2026 Michigan primary elections. The local police told us that this is an abandoned building, September 8th. Hello. Do you guys know if this is an abandoned building?
Yeah.
When's the last time people lived here? You just drank here? Both of these non-citizens from Iran, a country we're at war.
Oh, they're from Iran. And they live in Dearborn. Okay. I thought they would be Somalian, is what I really thought. I thought they would be Somalian. This is a great example. If voting didn't matter, why would Democrats keep protecting illegal voters? Think of it that way. Not why your vote doesn't matter, why Democrats protect illegal voters. That should be the question that you have. And if voting didn't matter, why did they cover up the window so that you couldn't see into the voting, the counting room? For anybody that says voting doesn't matter, explain that to me like I'm a 5-year-old. right? Once again, Washington is broken. Feel free to put a city that you think is broken, but I don't think America is. Because if America was broken, you wouldn't be here watching. You would be watching Mr. Beast videos. That's what I think. And maybe some of you should be. Right? I mean, like, let's see here. Richard, they revised the job report. Trump lost 138,000 jobs. So tell your shithead kid to go get a job. Think of that. Here you go, Star Child. Lost 138,000 jobs, maybe because of deportations. Yeah. 138,000 foreign jobs lost. I love that. Man, I love how we can paint the picture to make ourselves the most comfortable. That's what I think. Oh, here we go. Richard says we have to get Trump out of office because the economy is declining. Richard, tell me why the economy is declining under Trump, but I doubt you mentioned that everything was declining under Joe Biden, Obama 2.0. Tell me about that. U.S. Embassy is tracking a distressed aircraft. Embassy issued alerts in English and French on social media, urging avoidance from around the area around Djibouti. This is off the coast of Oman. U.S. Navy plane hit and damaged over the coast of Oman, now attempting to land in Djibouti. This was about an hour ago. The whole thing is developing quickly. We're getting reports now that the actual plane crashed. U.S. Embassy in Djibouti announced that the American aircraft is in an emergency situation. Djibouti's airspace warned of possible plane crash and asked everyone to avoid the area. We know what caused this. We know what caused this. Richard will never explain that. Let's see. Richard will never explain how Trump is ruining the economy. U.S. Embassy Djibouti is currently tracking aircraft in distress. Djiboutian. That's a word you don't use in a sentence very often. Djiboutian aircraft. Man. This is, how do you think we should handle this? What should the president do? Department of War should immediately flame spray that entire area. But you see there, it's, man, I hope those men and women on board are okay. See if I can get some more stuff here. Not named yet. So they haven't named the plane that has went down yet. Just that the U.S. Embassy in Djibouti is currently tracking. U.S. Embassy is currently monitoring situation. Security alert there. Okay. We will keep monitoring that. Speaking of Department of War, Secretary Hegseth just revoked a Air Force general's clearance. If you didn't know this or not, if you make the rank of general, you maintain a security clearance until you die. Okay, just to let you know that. If you didn't know that, that's one thing that is really relevant for what's happening. This guy here, the leak, Frank Kendall, served as Air Force Secretary from 21 to 25. In July and 26, he was quoted in the New York Times about this Qatari Air Force One gifted, said all the normal Air Force One modifications weren't completed in time. So he's given away pieces of information. I got a story about this, actually, about leaked information. And I was in the Navy, submarine service. Went to the barber shop on base. This was Bangor Sub Base, about 1997, 98. I can't remember. It was early to mid 90s. Went to the barber shop, and there was a kid in the barber's chair. This was on base, right next to the commissary and the PX where the barber shop was. And the barber was just asking some broad-ranging questions from a young kid, like, what do you do? What submarine you on? Blah, blah, blah. This salty, crusty, knuckle-dragger old Master Chief that was waiting to get a haircut got up, walked over to the kid while he was getting a haircut and whispered something in his ear. The kid shut up immediately. Finished his haircut. He gets up. The Master Chief said, "Wait for me outside, boy." He wasn't black. He said, "Wait for me outside, boy." The Master Chief got his haircut and went outside. And I don't know whatever happened to that kid. But when you leak stuff, that whole loose lips sink ships. In this case, loose lips get aircraft shot down. That's the problem here. Look at this. The Target Air Force One's Qatari gifted Boeing 747-8 retrofitted. I believe right now maybe we know too much. I think the general public are aware of too many things. What's the biggest reason Americans are losing faith in Washington? 55% of you say politicians don't deliver. Is there a politician that you think has delivered other than the president? Because I can't think of a politician that has delivered other than the president. And do you think that we have too much information right now? When this information is, quote, publicly available, look at this. Look what this guy was running. I kind of think that we want to know things, but I don't think we have a right to know some of this stuff. That's what I think. Some of this stuff should remain confidential. Let's see here. Does the news media share too much info that can be used against us? It's like this whole thing where they're saying that we're running out of missiles, long-range tactical missiles. I don't believe that for a second. And here's the guy right here. This is the guy that got a... Listen, let's see if there's any audio here. So the guy on the left is the general that was fired from this position, revoked his security clearance. I think we know too much, comparatively to what we need to know. I love that I'm following this guy, Whale Scan. I hope you follow me. This is my X profile right here at Navy Vet. Feel free. You don't have to if you want to follow me on X, feel free. But we're live streaming over there. We got people watching. This is the thing. Had some hummingbirds on the feeder this morning. You can see that. Check that out. That's why I was having some coffee this morning, getting ready for the show. Check that out. I think we know too much right now. And there's probably a lot of you that I've seen comments before, like, why are they sharing that? Right? That's just my shed out back. But look at that little hummingbird. Gift of God. That's all filmed with a iPhone. Pretty cool, huh?
Thirsty little dude, isn't he?
You like my commentary?
He's a thirsty little dude, isn't he?
I watched him for 10 minutes. I watched that dude for 10 minutes. But yeah, go follow me over there. There you go. Rome wasn't built in a day, but Palestine was. Find Palestine on a map for me. Feel free. It doesn't exist. Did a video yesterday about these two stepbrothers. They are doing an interview. I can't wait. I can't wait to watch that. Hegseth fired another general out of Europe active duty general. They removed him. Apparently, he was a drunk and may have been sharing classified info. 3-star. It's disgusting. Loose lips sink ships. This is the guy here. Europe. Charles Costanza. I think he was a extra on Seinfeld. He's been removed from command months before his time on the job would have been up. Apparently, he had a little bit of a drinking problem. I think I did too when I was in the Navy. But I still kept my mouth shut. That's a big one. When you reach that level, you don't. Let's grab some other stuff here that I saw. Elon's putting up big money to try to get rid of ranked choice voting, get rid of Lisa Murkowski up in Alaska. I don't know if we can ever get rid of Lisa Murkowski, but it'd be damn nice if we could. That's a big move to get rid of her. Musk is dropping $1.5 million to get rid of ranked choice voting. Are there any of you in the chat that live in a state that has ranked choice voting? Because I know how dangerous ranked choice voting is. Well, Ben, you have a Believe Bigfoot cap on. I believe they are real after hearing. Yeah, I love Bigfoot. The whole idea of Bigfoot is captivating to me. And if you want to know why, I'll tell you why. Because we have probably 5 gazillion iPhones in the United States. Everybody's got an iPhone, right? Everybody's got an iPhone. My wife got me this little thing, this chip that goes on my phone. Apparently keeps all the 5G stuff from affecting your brain. Some of you have been affected too much. But with this many iPhones in the world, no one has actually ever gotten a photo of Bigfoot. And some of you said Michelle Obama. Well, yeah, but nobody ever got a photo of her pregnant either. So that's the same sort of theory. And that's why I wear this I Believe hat. I got my biltong shirt on. Is because I think conspiracy theories make a lot of cash. They make a lot of money. And, you know, my Bigfoot hat is a perfect example. And I wear it to troll the flat earthers. That's why I kind of wear that. And I've got a big statue, or not a statue, a big metal, what do you want to call it? Carving out back of Bigfoot. Communism breaches America's shores. Democrats to punish Trump-aligned businesses if they retake the House in November. I firmly believe that. I believe we'll have the IRS weaponized against Americans again. We know that's what happened in with the Obama years. See my Bigfoot coffee cup? He's carrying an AR. But that's what's happening right now. This is what we're up against. Can anyone tell me of any Democrat-ran businesses that have been targeted by Republicans? I would love to find that out because I don't think that's happened. Maybe it should. I saw somebody in the chat say that maybe that should happen. I don't want to go after anybody's livelihood of how they provide for their families. I don't care if young women work at Hooters. I don't care if young women go and do whatever they need to do. I'd rather them do that than, do I agree with it morally? No. But do I think it's better than being on welfare and food stamps for an eternity, for a career? No, I don't agree with that. But I don't think I've heard or seen of any Democrat-run businesses that have been targeted by conservatives. Somebody says the right must unite. That's a good question. How do we get them to unite? How do we get the right to unite? Do you think it'll be behind Todd Blanche? I don't know. Todd Blanche has just been confirmed. Will Todd Blanche go down as one of the greatest attorney generals in history? Or will he be another putz. And I think putz is a Jewish term. I don't know. I think time will tell. He may have done more in the first 90 days of being an interim than any of the others have done while they were actually appointed. Grab some supers rolling in here. I got some good ones. Washington is a severely leaking vessel. I think that's a good point. BR549. That was Junior Sample's phone number on Hee Haw. Tamara Jennings, $5. Thank you very much. Super chat from Pure Blood. Punishment isn't fitting the crime. Let's go. James. Thank you for the $20 super chat, James. I really appreciate that. Big spender of today gets a
Amen.
boom shakalaka.
Hallelujah. And boom
Let's see.
shakalaka.
Good morning, Mr. Ben. At this point, I think all politicians suck. I don't trust any of them. Here's a question for the chat then. Give me your top 3 politicians that you trust. Conservative, Republican, Democrat, liberal, progressive. Top 3 politicians you trust in the chat. I challenge you to give me some politicians you trust. Super chat from Mike. When our mainstream media is playing Tokyo Rose, we're in trouble. Mike, I believe that's a solid example of what's happening. Republicans, conservatives are too nice. How many of you agree with BR549? I think conservatives do play too nice. James DeLuca. Broken arrow. I thought that's when you lose a nuclear missile. I thought broken arrow is whenever you when you lose a nuclear missile. Todd says there aren't any politicians he trusts. Okay. Let me ask you this then. Here's the question for the chat. Let's do this. It's easy to complain. Have any of you ever ran for office? It's so easy to be part of the peanut gallery. It's so easy to point out whenever I misspeak. It's so easy whenever I say something wrong. I try to own it. But how many of you have ever run for political office or plan to run for political office? How many of you ever have put yourself out there for the greater good? I mean, I get so much hate mail and criticism. And I think it's, I mean, when you do put yourself out publicly, you are sort of opening the door for that. I'm not a victim by any means. Another longtime Democrat staffer breaks with his party, endorses Mike Rogers for Senate. That's a huge story right there. Democrat official come out against the Michigan party's controversial nominee for the Senate. Here's a question for you. Do you think this Mohammed Saeed wins the U.S. Senate seat in Michigan? Does he win? Somebody says, I can't stand the nonsense, but love to complain. Okay. It's so easy to complain. It's a lot tougher to do something. It's like that old saying, those who can do, those who can't teach, I think is what that is. Those who can do, those who can't teach. I don't know if Mike Rogers wins Michigan. I don't think that Michigan as a whole will vote for Mike Rogers. I think the cool thing to do is vote for somebody named Abdul Rahman Mohammed Sayed. That's the trendy thing right now. That's the trend. the outrage merchants. Think about this. Think about who else wins if the candidate Mohammed wins. The people on the right complaining will have more to complain about. It's the same thing whenever Trump is in office. If Trump's in office, CNN has content for years. If Trump leaves, what does the left talk about? What does the left have to talk about if Trump leaves? Somebody says, hell no, Ben, Mike Rogers. Tina, do you think Mike Rogers wins? Somebody says, I don't complain, I pray. God used David. God used Samson. God used Daniel. Sometimes you need to be the tool, not the one praying next to the tool, right? How about a 1 for yes, 2 for no? Does Mike Rogers win Michigan? Does he win Michigan? I would like to hope that he wins Michigan, but I don't know if he can. I don't know if he can win Michigan. Not with the powers that be that are in charge. It'd be great. A lot of people are saying the left talks only about destroying America. I don't know about that. I'll tell you this, what the left doesn't do, they don't waste time beating each other up. They don't waste time beating each other up. They don't. Let's talk about a left state. University of California professors are now asking the school to reinstate the SAT for admissions because their new students are unable to do high school level work. You can go to college without taking the entrance exam, the SAT. Wow. Right? Man, we need more college students that can't read. So 70% of those students fall below middle school levels. Wow, talk about some stupidity. They're only getting dumber, right? They're only getting dumber. All of this is only talk. Why should I be the guy to end up in prison for life? Gary, I have no idea, Gary. Don't go to prison. How about that? Unless you got a thing for dudes. Don't go to prison. I don't want anybody to go to prison, but there you go. Mike pulled in roughly 1.4 million to Abdul's 900,000. You think that'll matter? I don't know if it does matter right now. There's a lot of candidates that make a lot of cash and don't carry their areas. Let's see. Oh, here's one for you. I had to share this. There you go. Grift exposed means one thing. The Pray the Rosary guy's a fraud. He's Timu Charlie Kirk with a strange hate for capitalism. Jack Posobiec blocked me on X. My feelings are hurt. There you go. Posobiec blocked me. I'm outraged. Really, really upset by that. That a capitalist, someone that hates capitalism, blocked me at 7:14 in the morning. You like that? I think we're over the target whenever people like this start blocking us. Candace Owens blocked me. I'm sure Tucker will as well. That's what's going on right now. Disagreement isn't effective right now, is it? See some stuff here. What else we got coming out this morning? I always try to check the new sort of things that are occurring on various programs, Fox, CNN, all this other stuff. DNC donors are abandoning the Dems.
All right, and now
This is interesting. Let's go here. I want to see this. I don't know if this is true or not.
let's bring in former DNC fundraiser and author of Unburdened.
Former DNC fundraiser. Looks very American.
And Lindy Lee. Lindy, welcome to the show. Democrats have been maintaining that they have this big tent. Take a listen.
My view is that we are a big tent party, meaning we should make room for people with lots of different voices.
We are a big tent party, and being a big tent party is a strength, not a weakness.
You know, you can pick whatever you want to pick, but I think we need a big tent.
Where did they get the talking point? Big tent party. Big tent party. Where is that coming from?
All right, so after what we just saw in Michigan, you see these centrist Democrats who are now openly targeting DSA primary candidates, calling their ideas dangerous and their politics toxic. You even have James Carville, Lindy, saying he's going to leave the party if things keep going the way they are. So is that tent getting harder to hold together for the Democrats?
Absolutely, Lauren. Thank you for having me. I'm one of the reasons why they're not. Well, I was one of the people who exposed the multi-million-dollar payments that they made to celebrities, and also their extreme leftist lurch to the left.
Wow. You know what? I'm going to do this. I typically don't this early in the show, but I want to get some feedback, and I try to get some feedback from you all, because you're all much smarter than I am. You're all much smarter than I am when it comes to any of this stuff. So I'm gonna grab some calls here this morning and see what we got. Let's go right here. Let's grab some calls this morning. 615-475-7864. Give me a call. Let me know what you're thinking. I think the Democrat Party could be cooked if they start losing donors. Apparently the Democrat Party is in debt right now to a tune of, I want to say like they're underwater, so to speak, which I think is very telling. Wow. Okay. What is this? Somebody's telling me to read something. I don't think I have time to read that. You're the only one. Here we go. Let's go troll under the bridge. You're up in Michigan. What's your thoughts about what's happening in Michigan? Mike Rogers or Saeed? Who wins that? Honest. Don't tell me from your feelings. Don't give me an emotional answer. Give me the facts, straight facts. Nothing but the facts, ma'am.
I believe that Mike will win, and it's not because of feelings, because most of the rural Democrats out here voted for Hawley Stevens. But I do know that Hawley Stevens did cheat, because she pulled 50 points out of her ass in Detroit to shoot her up close to Saeed. So Saeed did make it too big to rig for on the Democrat side. That's the only thing that worries me. But with how many, we have a lot of old Democrats here in this state, and they know they hate socialism. So the old Democrats in this state will not vote for Saeed.
Let me ask you this, or actually I'm going to tell you something that should scare the hell out of you. The Muslim population in America turns out to vote at 95%.
Yep.
The American, hold on.
Okay.
American native-born voters turn out at 40%. They show up at a 2-to-1 rate over Americans. How does the American Mike Rogers overcome that in Michigan? Give me a short answer, and I'm going to grab the next call. What do you got?
The people got to step it up and get out there and vote. That's the only way.
All right, buddy. Take care. I appreciate your call. Thank you, Troll. The one, the only Troll under the bridge.
This is why donors like me left the party in droves. And this is why they are so in broke, they literally had to put up their own headquarters up as collateral. They can't even get a text back from donors. So I don't want to hear anything about a big tent. You should not be normalizing social.
I think the way that they attract more voters are offering Planned Parenthood operations outside of the headquarters. And they charge ID to get in. Or you have to show ID to get into the DNC. It's a crazy move. I was going to show this. I'm not really concerned about that. DOJ, I'm not concerned about this. This munitions stockpile story is garbage. Listen to this. How many of you have heard of a guy named Alexander Dugan? How many of you have heard of Alexander Dugan? I'm going to try to pull up this guy's X page here while I do this. Let's grab this call here. Line 1, where are you calling from? What's your name?
Hey, this is Fred, AST1. North Carolina.
Your phone's cutting out. Call back. Your phone is cutting out really bad.
Oh, sorry, Ben. All right.
Call back. I heard like half of what you said. Let's go line 2. What do you got? Line 2, where are you calling from? What is your name?
Jeff in Michigan.
Jeff in Michigan. Quick question for you, Jeff.
Yes, sir.
Muslim Americans turn out at a 95% clip to vote. Native-born Americans turn out at a 40% rate of voting. How does Mike Rogers win in Michigan against Mohammed Saeed?
He can't, not with that rate. And I'm a Mike Rogers supporter. I'm a Republican, but I've looking at some of these numbers, not polls, but I'm looking at numbers and populations. And to be honest with you, it breaks my heart. He don't have a chance. They're going to get probably 98 to 99% of these Muslims to vote. We'll get what, 40, 50 on a good year? And
I hate to agree with you, but I hate to agree with you. I hate to agree with you. I think you're 100% right. Thank you for calling. Let's go line 3. Where are you calling from? Line 3, what's your name?
My name's Edna. I'm calling from West Virginia.
West Virginia. What do you got this morning? What would you like to say?
I would like to make a comment on the jobs report. I think a lot of that was from the jobs that they had just during the World Cup and those games like that were just temporary, and I think they're counting those.
There were a lot of temporary jobs during the World Cup. You're 1,000% right, because the hospitality, the hotel rooms, all that kind of stuff. You're 1,000% right. But let me ask you this. That doesn't meet the narrative that the media likes to use. They like outrage. They like to show how, Trump failed. Trump failed. That's the outrage.
Yeah.
Common sense is exactly what you're using, and common sense isn't that common right now, is it?
It doesn't sell.
It doesn't sell. If it leads, if it bleeds, it leads, right? And they want to show that the conservative movement, the American movement, the Make America Great Again movement, is bleeding, and it's not. It's not. I think it's growing stronger. I think the one thing that's going to happen with the Senate, thank you for calling, West Virginia. I appreciate you. I think the one thing that's going to happen with the Senate leaving for this recess, it's going to solidify their hatred for the Senate. I want to talk to you about this Alexander Dugan. He was not assassinated. No, he wasn't. He's alive. He's very much alive. But this guy, if you don't know who he is, he's basically like a modern day Rasputin, is what they're saying. Says he's a doctor of psychology, PhD of philosophy, founder of Russian political school, Eurasian movement. I think he's basically the spiritual advisor for Candace Owens, Sean Ryan, Tucker Carlson. These are his books, and I haven't read them yet, but I downloaded them all on my Audible because I like to know what the enemy is thinking. I want to know what the enemy is teaching. And I firmly believe that this guy is behind a lot of what we're seeing. I grabbed a clip here of this interview where Jeremy Boring, former partner with the Daily Wire, talks with a couple of people here about this Alexander Dugan. And if you don't know about this guy, you better get ready. This guy is dangerous. Let me turn this up.
And we were talking earlier, we had to go into detox pretty much after reading a lot of his stuff because it has this Rasputin-like effect on you. It's otherworldly.
when you watch Tucker give this speech tonight, and I don't want to get into ad hom. I mean, obviously I have a perspective on Tucker, and I have a way of viewing him that that's no longer charitable. I shouldn't say is no longer charitable. And obviously that colors somewhat what I see. But he does seem like a man swept up in esotericism. He seems like a man who has an actual belief system. And while he couches it in the language of Christianity, he never really puts forward any sort of gospel with his Christianity. Christianity represents, in the same way that he went.
So I won't bore you with some of this. I grabbed a couple of hot takes here. Here's the next one right here.
He made a fleeting reference to the Constitution today. He made a few fleeting references to the founders, but not in the way of, say,
talking about Tucker's messaging the other night.
The Tea Party from 15, 20 years ago, where it really felt like a populism aimed at restoring the philosophical underpinnings of the American founding. His seems to be much more, his populism seems to be much more blood and soil than that. And yet with ideas. I mean, there was a funny moment during the evening where he started to say that America can't be united exclusively by race. It can't be united by any sort of majority faction because
that's Tucker telling you we can't come together. That's Tucker telling you we can't come together. Tucker is basically mockingbird media from this Alexander Dugin.
Religion that we're not easily, that isn't easily identifiable to the average American?
That's possible. I mean, in his shows that he's done over the last 2 years, there's a number of times where Christian friends, evangelical friends, almost always reach out to me in alarm talking about how he is more or less outright flirting with some kind of esotericism or Gnosticism, almost acute.
How many of you think Tucker has played around with some stuff, almost Ouija board, voodoo, black magic, and has really lost his path? But it seems like as soon as some of these influencers go to Russia, I think they go and they kiss the ring of this Alexander Dugin, they come back changed. Candace Owens went, Sean Ryan went, Tucker Carlson went. Laura Loomer just went to Ukraine, so that's a different story. But think about that.
Using Yahweh as creator of being something demonic. I mean, there's places where he gets really into this, and of course associates around him do. But this is where I think what he said tonight and what Dugin believes become really enmeshed. When he started talking at the beginning of his remarks tonight about AI and nuclear war, as though he's like, you know, you have an 80-year-old president who doesn't have any kids except Barron's 18, so I don't know what he's talking about at all. It's like lunacy that he's spouting off, doesn't care whether he destroys the whole world and he's starting a nuclear war, blah, blah, blah. Trump never said he was going to use nuclear weapons. Like, he didn't even intimate that he was going to use nuclear weapons against Iran, as Tucker said.
And by the way, Vladimir Putin has openly threatened to use nuclear weapons.
Yes.
This is a phenomenal interview going into fatigue own. He's Putin's advisor, advising influencers like Candace Tucker, Alex Jones, Poso, and many others. He's a big mouth on X. Yeah, no one has said that Alexander was assassinated. His daughter was killed, and they blame Ukraine. But thank you for that. I've seen that you've posted that numerous times. You don't have to spam the chat, okay? You don't have to. But this guy, Alexander Dugin, is a big problem. Thank you for talking about this, Ben. Fatigue, thank you. I appreciate you. Join the channel as a member. Get into the Discord. I need people that are aware of Alexander Dugin in the... I need people like you to be a part of this, okay? I really do. Now, the Dugin story, that Dugin and Tucker are alluding to America is at the end of our shelf life. Listen to this.
Itself. That is what Tucker's speech to me. I said it out loud like 10 times upstairs listening in the room together. I was like, I don't know how to say it right. Eragnus is this idea that America is ending. We don't know what it is. All the forces have hit their natural end point.
Do you think America is in a decline right now? Because Tucker Carlson is taking talking points from Alexander Dugin, he's implementing them into a political campaign, and I believe Hunter Biden could be a presidential candidate. And all the money that went to Ukraine could be used for his campaign.
Point. They've all conspired to a death spiral where nothing means anything. We have no political rights. We can't even fight the machine.
Oh,
Everything's awful. And yet something new is about to reveal itself.
Listen to that again. Listen to that again. This is powerful stuff right here. Think about how the news media sells outrage. They sell doom. Your vote doesn't matter. America's in decline. Everything is bad. Listen to the Sean Ryan. I regret being a Navy SEAL. You have other members of the SEAL community. I'm excommunicating the SEAL community. You have politicians. I'm done with Make America Great Again. They blame a small country in the Middle East, our only ally in the Middle East, for everything. A country the size of New Jersey. Let's blame them for all of our problems. Let's not take account here for our problems. This is so powerful right here.
Itself. That is what Tucker's speech to me. I said it out loud like 10 times upstairs listening in the room together. I was like, I don't know how to say it right. Aragnus is this idea that America is ending. We don't know what it is. All the forces have hit their natural endpoint. They've all conspired to a death spiral where nothing means anything. We have no political rights. We can't even fight the machine. Everything's awful. And yet something new is about to reveal itself. We're about to understand being in a new way. And then the political order that arises from that will seem natural.
It is such a powerful interview talking about this Alexander Dugin and the method that the guy is using to destroy us. It goes back to the Brezhnev interview. Let me show you something else here that really caught my eye. So here's Alexander Dugin's X account. I follow my enemies. Look at the people he's reposting. Let's get right down here. Alexander Dugin reposted Tucker Carlson's interview with Kim.com. You see this? Is it starting to take shape? Are you starting to understand what we're up against? Are you understanding what we're up against? Washington, D.C.'s broken. The news media is broken. America isn't. America is not broken. I'm going to grab some more calls here. I want to grab some hot takes. Mark in Pittsburgh. Mark, what do you... Hold on. Hey, it's my show. I ask the questions here.
Yes, sir.
All right, be respectful. Question for you. Do you think that this Alexander Dugin, Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, Sean Ryan, all of these people, do you think they're all working together to demoralize and to discourage Americans from voting?
100%. That's going to be the Ross Perot campaign, and they're going to give it to Democrats because we're not going to have the right vote. And we may give it to the radicals.
I think this has been the strategy all along, and it takes a while for us to see it because it's subtle, right? It's subtle. Yeah. Thank you for calling, Mark. Let's go, James, Marine Corps, South Carolina. Semper Fi to you, brother. What would you like to say? The microphone is yours.
Yeah, man. Tucker Carlson was totally compromised. Paid off by Russia, but this Alexander Dugin, they also call him Putin's brain.
I saw you say that in the chat.
He actually helps Putin form his foreign policy and all that. So
how scary is that?
That's totally scary. You tell me Tucker Carlson and all them just mysteriously go to Russia, and all of a sudden, like you said, Sean Ryan's ashamed to be a Navy SEAL. What kind of crazy shit? is going on in the world.
James, would you
see
ever
the blind.
say out loud that you were ashamed to serve your country as a United States Marine?
Hell no, that's the best thing I ever did. I'm more proud of that than about anything I've ever done in my life. And there ain't nothing that makes me want to vomit to all my friends or die.
The best thing I ever did was join the United States Navy. It was one of the most monumental decisions I've ever made in my life.
Yeah, next to having children, that's the best thing I've ever done.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Right? I just don't understand how anyone could come out and say that, have that kind of language.
Well,
you know?
I'm hearing that these Red Sea Ventures things funded somehow backdoor through some kind of Russian proxy.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised if they start shilling for North Korea and China next.
I believe this Alexander Dugan is nothing more than a cult leader. Cults are very trendy. They're popular. They're cool. And I think there's a lot of people that we used to trust that are now a part of this. James, thank you for calling.
100%.
Semper Fi, brother. God bless you.
Semper Fi, brother.
Semper Fi. James in South Carolina. Let's go. James in Virginia. What do you got? James, Virginia. 2 Jameses in a row. What do you got?
Ben, I'm going to tell you something. You're putting out some very, very powerful knowledge about this Alexander Dugan. I would not be surprised if Tucker and his boys are not watching you closely. You're doing some powerful disclosure here.
There's a lot of people that are not aware of who just like people get influenced. And I think rather than look at what the influence is, you have to look at where the influence is coming from. And I think that you have to follow the snail trail back, right? You've got to follow the trail back. And it's like this. I mean, this guy's got, there's a whole page devoted to this guy's quotes. That should, this sounds like some Charlie Manson, David Koresh level crap. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. This whole thing with Tucker and his gang, it's all designed to split MAGA and to help destroy America. They're probably being paid off. And what Tucker's doing reminds me of a communist type discussions he has. And but anyway, Ben, you be careful. You're putting out some powerful, powerful information.
James, thank you for calling from the communist state of Virginia. God bless you. Get back in the coal mine. Get back in the coal mine. You're the canary in the coal mine there in Virginia. Let's go here. Carrie out of Ohio, right next to West Virginia. What do you got?
Good morning, Ben.
Good morning, sir.
I think that these, like Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens and Paul Ryan, they're all doing it for money. The money is the bottom line, brother. And what people really need to realize, that these commies and these Islamists that are trying to take over America, there are graveyards and graveyards full of people who tried this before, and it ain't going to work. The American people, when time comes, if we have to stand up and fight or do whatever, by God, we're going to do it. That's all I got to say, brother.
You might not, I hope it never comes to that, but you might not be wrong. Thank you for calling, Carrie. I appreciate you. God bless you.
God bless you too.
Carrie out of Ohio. This whole thing with this Russian propagandist, man. I mean, Alex Jones is interviewing a Russian propagandist. When did this start, man? When did this become the real? Here, I want to go here. Let's listen to the Seed Man. I feel like I need a cough drop anytime I listen to this guy, but I think you need to hear this. Let's go here.
It's about what happened. The point is, with the Epstein files in June of last year, and the cover-up that was decided to happen when Elon left, that's when he decided to join with the dark side completely. So it's like Obi-Wan Kenobi's telling Luke, what happened to your father? Well, he was killed by my apprentice. He was killed by a pupil of mine, Darth Vader. And later he finds out, well, technically, no,
Alex is making the reference that Donald Trump is Darth Vader.
dad wasn't dead, but Obi-Wan says, you have to understand, he became a new person. He became a new identity, a new name. He literally died inside. So the point is, Trump, for whatever he was before, got a lot of good done, but now we have to admit he is now Darth Vader. But separate from that, we have to contain him, we have to deal with him, and then deal with the Democrats, who, when they get in, will be an even bigger threat. But the reality is Trump is the main current threat we're facing right now. This war could potentially end the planet. It's definitely killing the economy in the midterms, and it's going to get a bunch of people killed, even more if we go to full war. Understand, folks, there's a normalcy bias. This isn't like Iraq or Afghanistan or Vietnam. This is way worse. The Pentagon's own reports, Trump has been absolutely conned by Netanyahu and Lindsey Graham and others. You heard them bragging how they brainwashed him. It's about what happened.
It's a good way to divide us, isn't it? Great way to divide us. God bless America. We're alive and well. Thank you, Ben, for all you do. Justin, I don't do much. I don't do much. Super chat from BR549. Trump has been fighting the machine for years. Jeff, I think Jeff's up in Indiana. Their big tent party is getting smaller and smaller. I hope so. Hey, Mr. Ben, you should look up the map of Israel from an encyclopedia printed before 47 and tell us what it says. Feel free to tell me what it says. I don't have time to look up a map from 1947, but go for it. To be honest with you, I don't care what it says. I just know that, they're our only ally. All of this is only talk. Why should I? Oh, okay. We already saw that one. Don't go to prison, Gary. We'll reiterate, don't go to prison. I think Alex has lost some, I think he was kind of deballed. Somebody just sent me a message asking for money. I'm going to go into something here that may bother you. It may make you uncomfortable. I don't care. I'm going to grab some calls while I do this. But somebody just sent me a message asking for money, saying they've got family members that are sick. I'm replying, why don't you have a job? There we go. So here's where I'm at right now, guys. If you send me a message asking for money, I'm not going to block you. I'm going to ask why. I'm so tired of seeing homeless people overweight. Not that I don't want them to have nutrition, but don't tell me you need money and then you weigh 400 pounds, right? Don't tell me you need money. You weigh 400 pounds. You got an iPhone. You got an Apple Watch. You got Bose noise canceling headphones. You've got a camping chair on a street corner. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've seen the same homeless guy here where I live doing that for the better part of 5 years. He's got to have a 401k. I get up and go to work every day. I know most of you do as well. And then people want me to give them my hard-earned money. This guy just said, I just sent back, why? What can you do for me? Why don't you have a job? I'm fed up with the people wanting handouts. I'm fed up with it. Here we go. Look at this. This is my point exactly. Look at Alex promoting all of this Russian Alexander Dugin. He is sanctioned by the U.S. Treasury. Read the quotes below to see why Jones will be in an internment camp if we have a country, if and when. Look at this. Look at all the stuff with this Alexander Dugin guy. With Alex. What is going on with Alex Jones? Somebody says flush Snarf. Who is Snarf? Let's see what Snarf is doing here. Snarf. Give me money. I need lots of money. Talking disease grinder. Yeah, let's go ahead and ban him. Ban the Snarf. Goodbye, Snarf. If you're messaging to ask him for money, You're going to starve. You're really going to starve if you're begging for cash from me. I got a daughter. I got a wife. I got family members that I trust. I don't trust anybody just crazy. Uh-oh, who's Nexus Moon? Let's see. Nexus Moon used to come in here about the black, or the what do you call it? The flat earther. I think Nexus Moon's a flat earther. Let me check my history. Lines are open, 615-475. Oh, this will be entertaining. Good morning, line 1. Where are you calling from? What's your name?
It's Milo calling from Ohio. How's it going today?
Amazing. I'm an American. I love America. I'm pro-America, and I don't care about any other country on the planet.
Gotcha. So I just wanted to give some more information on Alexander Dugin. His big philosophy, which he heavily influences Putin, is...
We've established that. The other caller said that. Exactly. Give me some new information.
Well, the whole plan, the plan is to bring back the USSR or the Russian kingdom back from, back to where it was. So that's called the Eurasian heartland. So
we've already established that too. Tell me something new. I'm waiting for some new info.
New info. Did you know that 30% of the world's equipment needed to manufacture anything is built in Europe? America produces 8%.
Did you know that 95% of all statistical arguments are made up on the spot with zero proof?
Well, no, I mean, it's just that's a fact. Anyone can look that up. I'm not trying to make up stories.
Okay.
I'm just saying the relationship between the U.S. and its allies is economical. So the reason why Russia wants to control, all the way up to Western Europe is because that's where industry is. That's where all the productive people are, just like it was back in, the Prussian days and all that stuff. So
thank you for calling.
Very, very.
You got into a long diatribe. I just want some real quick bullet points.
Well, I was just
okay. Yep, I found it boring. Okay, thank you for calling. You lost your heat there. You got to bring the heat. Line 3. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
Kelly from Kansas, and I know this is off topic, but I just haven't
If it's
heard
off
the name
topic,
my Orcus
hold
for
on
a long time.
Hold on. If it's off topic, what does it have to do right now?
Just no one's mentioning his name, and a lot of people are just disappearing, and I'm just wondering about that. Where'd he go?
So, where do you think he went?
Into hiding.
Okay. All right. Thank you for calling. Let's go line 4. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Julia. I'm calling from Tennessee.
Julia in Tennessee. Let me ask you a question, Julia.
Yes, sir.
Marsha Blackburn just won the primary to possibly be the next governor in Tennessee. I didn't see Marsha Blackburn really doing what I wanted her to do as a senator, and that is calling for the removal of John Thune. There is also news, and a lot of it circulating, that Marsha Blackburn has maybe made some campaign finance problems, errors. What are your thoughts on Marsha Blackburn as the next governor? Can she win? Will she be the next governor of Tennessee?
Well, unfortunately, we've had so many liberals come into Nashville that they might actually. I don't trust her. I never have trusted her from the very first stepped in.
The more I learn and look into Marsha Blackburn, the more it bothers me.
Yeah, see, that's the problem with Republicans. They aren't putting any good people out there either.
And here's the other problem with Republicans. We look into the candidates that run and we make logical decisions. Democrats don't do that. I can't even think the last time Democrats actually vetted each other or questioned each other. I mean, we had Graham Plattner, an actual Nazi that was endorsed by every Democrat in Congress, every Democrat in the Senate, right? And when you mention Nashville, Nashville is a liberal cesspool.
It makes me sick. It is my hometown. I was born and raised. I'm a native Nashvilleian. It is not the same place.
I have heard that. And here's what else bothers me. It is becoming the Hollywood of the Midwest. It is Appalachian Hollywood right now because they're all moving there. The Daily Wire people, the Candace Owens people, the Sean Ryan people, they're all moving to Nashville. What does that tell you? Something has to be appealing there. What are your thoughts there?
Well, we have no state tax. You know, we used to have a down home feeling. Of course, that's going out. It is Country Music USA. It's got a lot of appeal. It's beautiful. The infrastructure is not holding up for what it needs to, but all those liberals moving in, they were moving in because they could sell their $2 million home and come to Nashville and get a bigger home for like $750.
Let me ask you this. Does Marsha Blackburn win? And somebody in the chat said, leave Marsha alone. That's somebody that's ignoring some truths, but go right ahead. What would you close it out? What do you think?
The native Nashvilleians do not like her.
Okay.
The native Nashvilleians do not like her.
Okay.
Most of them that I've run into. But my comment, what I wanted to say as far as that Dugan guy, there are a lot of other channels that are also addressing him and that are also addressing a lot of stuff that's going on too. So
good.
We've got voices out there.
Good.
We've got Brandon Braden, and Mike Morris, and we've got ARP, and there's Christian conservatives and pop in politics.
Well, thank you for calling.
People that are all addressing.
I appreciate your call. God bless you. You take care. Thank you for calling. Appreciate your time this morning. Let's see. I'm just going to have to ignore this guy. I can't have people begging me for cash. I'm sorry. No. I use a lot of the money from my channel to help veterans, not some random person. Let's go here.
Coca-Cola, I'm going to need an explanation for this. All right, we're going to do this one live because I don't want to see any comments that, oh, this is a conspiracy theory, blah, blah. You can see we're on the Coca-Cola website, URL right there. We're going to scroll down to personalize our Coke can. The first entry we're going to try is Allah is King. No issues with that. You can see it on the Coke can. Next entry we're going to try. No issues with that. Let's even try Satan is King. Zero issues with Satan. Now let's try Jesus is King. Now that's where there's issues. So you can still see the Satan on the Coke can here. Immediately rejects Jesus is King. Gonna need an explanation on this one.
So this is the Coca-Cola website where you can personalize a can, but you can't use the word Jesus.
I wish this was fake, but unfortunately it's not. And we're going to do this live because I don't want to see any comments that, this is a conspiracy theory, blah, blah, or whatever else the bots come up with these days. You can see we're on the Coca-Cola website. You can see the URL right there at the top. This is a live screen mirroring of this laptop right here. We're going to go ahead and customize our Coke can. The first entry we're going to try is the devil is king. No issues with the devil is king. Now let's try Jesus is king. Suddenly, we get an error. You can see here they say, we worked hard to get this right. Now let's try Satan is good. No problems with Satan is good. You can see it populate on the Coke can right here, but it gets better. Let's try Jesus is good. Again, we get that error, and you can go ahead and swap it with other religions. No problems there. No problems there. But this is the best part. We'll swap it.
I got to grab this comment right here. Coca-Cola's finished. So it's okay for us to cancel Coca-Cola for this. It was okay for us to cancel Bud Light for what they did. But when I canceled my deal with My Pillow, not okay. Right? We're splitting some crazy hairs. I got crapped on for canceling my deal with Mike Lindell.
Put back to Jesus is good. Again, we get that error. But what if we were to put Jesus is bad? Suddenly it takes our entry, and you can even put Jesus is evil, and you can see it populate on the Coke can right there. Wow.
What do you think about this? I got another one for you. Look at this.
Coca-Cola, now that I have your attention and you have disabled custom Coke can entries on your website, there are some other things you could maybe help clarify for us. And don't worry, I figured you would eventually do this, so I kept the receipts. Behind me are 3 screen recordings. In the first screen recording, you can see that if you were to have inputted the phrase PDF Pride, the system would have accepted your entry. You could see it right there on the can. In the second screen recording, the phrase Satanic Pride would also be accepted. You can see it again right on the can. However, if you were to have inputted the phrase White Pride, or even now Black Pride, the system would have rejected your entry. And this is in no way a political statement, but it does get better. The phrase Democrats suck would have been rejected by the system. You can see they say, we worked hard to get this right. But if you were to have inputted Republicans suck, now the system accepts your entry. You can see it again on the can. Wow.
Coca-Cola is based in Atlanta. I'm not telling you to stop drinking Coca-Cola. You do you. I think you'll make the best decisions for you. But man, the heat that I got for canceling my sponsorship with Mike Lindell, airborne. I'm proud of Ben for dumping Lindell. Ben has a spine. I invited Neil Johnson on the show to talk about this. Wouldn't. What do you think? It's great you canceled my... Thank you. Lines are open. What do you think? Dexter Morgan just went to the site. You can't create a personalized can. Let's see if we can go here. Coke personalized can. We'll try it here. I did it yesterday whenever I was looking at this. You go to the personalized store here and you can personalize a can, right? 15% off. Personalized cans are out of stock. They basically shut this down is what they did. The lines are open. 615-475-7864. Feel free. Let's see here. I want to grab some supers here. And I also want to give a big shout out to Anton, Land of Biltong. You can see I'm wearing my Biltong shirt. Let's go, Bobby in Tennessee. Bobby, what are your thoughts on Marsha Blackburn? Possible next governor of Tennessee. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, I'll have to take the Rhino over a damn left-wing Democrat any day,
I don't think Marsha Blackburn's a Rhino. I do not think she's a Rhino. I think she has avoided some controversy to try to gather moderate support by not pushing to remove John Thune. I think that's where I'm kind of upset. I'm upset at a lot of these Republicans that have chosen to be cool and popular rather than doing the right thing. And that bothers me.
Let me say this. First rule of following politics is don't trust any of them.
Never fall in love with a politician.
Yeah. I have a point to make, though, as far as our country's in trouble. And you like facts just like I do. here's two facts that you probably didn't think of. And I studied this, and you can verify it. There's 14.9 million hunters in this country. Only half of them vote. Out of all the Christians in the country, only half vote. But of that half that vote, 60% are white. Now, everybody thinks that we as Christians, we're always voting, we vote conservative and all. We're not. We're losing elections because of that. And you got all these 2A organizations. Well, these hunters go out on election day because the hunting season's in full swing instead of, doing what needs to be done.
I can see that. Yeah, absolutely.
If you add the other half that back in, Democrats would never win. But of course, there are Democrat hunters and all that stuff. But we're in trouble unless we can. My neighbor doesn't go vote, and I reamed his ass. I did. And
if you don't vote, don't complain. I don't want to hear you complain.
You're going to look up from your phone one day, and there's going to be tanks rolling down the road, and they will not be marked USA.
God bless you, Bobby. Appreciate your call. Thank you for your support. Bobby in Tennessee, King of Biltong. I'm late, but appreciate Ben bringing us the news. Anton's a sponsor on the channel. He's the only sponsor on the channel that doesn't pay me. Go buy Biltong USA. Angus. Get you a t-shirt while you're at it, and my coffee tumblers in the dishwasher. So thank you. There's a lot of people that get uncomfortable when you start talking about this. America was in a decline. It's under attack. We were in a decline. We've made a 180. We're now climbing out of the game. Oh, climbing out of the grime. Climbing out of the grime. Okay, gotcha. Okay. I agree with that. Let's go here. Let's find some more stuff. Oh, anybody living in Mississippi? Mississippi, anybody? This will get you fired up. Mississippi. Red State, Mississippi just appointed America's first Yemeni hijab wearing judge. Look at this. Mississippi. Here we go. Meet your new judge. Anybody worried about this? You got to love that. How long before they remove bacon from the prison system? This is all the accomplishments that she's done. Defended the Muslim Brotherhood. Wow. Mississippi. Deep red state. Mississippi just handed the gavel out to this lady right here. What do you think? You walk into a courtroom as an average white guy, and that's your judge. Gen X gal. I'm in Mississippi. Good luck. Mississippi is cooked. What was that movie with Mississippi Burning? Sidney Poitier. What was the other guy's name? He played in Hunt for Red October as the cat. I can't remember his name. What do you think about this? Right? They want Texas. Mississippi's close. That's what they want. It's a weird situation. Let's go here. Line 1. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Fred, AST1 retired, calling from North Carolina.
What do you got, North Carolina? What would you like to say?
All right, Ben. Hey, thanks for everything you do. And second of all, let's say this cancel thing, right? So voting.
Okay.
No one wants to vote because, my vote don't count. It does count. Those 2 Iranians, you and I voted, we canceled them out. Now, your wife's vote counts. See, that's what we got to think about, people.
Yeah, you're 1,000% right. We have to stay motivated, but there is a demoralization. There is a campaign by certain people to demoralize people from voting. That's what I think.
Oh, you're definitely right. They're trying to do that to us right now. And what we got to do is think about cancel votes. We got to cancel somebody's vote so your wife's vote counts. That's what we need to think about, people. And we love your show, Ben. Been watching it for years. First time I called in, and I'm a retired Coast Guard guy. So
Appreciate
you take care of yourself, Submarine.
I got a really good friend that's a retired Coast Guard senior chief, lives in Virginia. And
oh, yeah.
He lives in Virginia. His last assignment, he ran a boat up and down the Arkansas River is what his last assignment was. So there you go.
That is awesome, man. That is awesome. Well, I was AST, so I jumped out of helicopters.
I appreciate you calling. God bless you.
Hey,
and
Ben,
Semper,
God bless you, man.
Semper Paratus. I know the Coast Guard.
Oh, thank you very much. It was our birthday on August 4th. Just
August
to let you know.
4th. God bless you. Happy birthday to all the Coast Guard vets. Line 3. What do you got? Line 3.
Hey, Ben, it's AJ from San Francisco.
AJ, San Francisco. What you got?
Well, I'll tell you, it doesn't matter to me that you canceled Mike Lindell sponsorship. But what does matter is that you stand for what you believe in.
I don't have time to waver. I don't have time to waver. Whenever I go to the feed store to get feed for our chickens, geese, duck, I know what I need to get. I get in, I get out. Whenever I go buy horse feed, I know the brand of horse feed that our horses like. I get the ones I like, I leave. I know what I want. I want America first. I don't want to press 1 for English. I don't want any amnesty. And I want the people that hate America to leave, either on their own accord or if they need some help. I'm happy to pay for their way out.
Yeah, great. I support all that as well.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
God bless you. Let's go here. Line 1. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Ben. It's Kathy, and I'm calling from Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo, New York. What do you got?
New York. I just wanted to say, Neil Johnson, he's not responsible for Mike. I feel bad for Neil. Neil doesn't agree with what he's done, but, you know, I think he feels that he's his friend and he wants to stay loyal there, but I believe it's going to affect his vote.
Let me ask you this. With what I just showed you with Coca-Cola, if I was sponsored by Coca-Cola, would it bother you?
Yes.
If I was sponsored by someone pushing amnesty, would it bother you?
Yes, it really would.
Would it bother you that I didn't have the guts to call it out?
Well, I kind of understand why
you didn't answer my question.
I guess so. Now you're putting it like that. But
right here, we're binary choices. This is a binary choice. Do you want amnesty, or are you afraid to call it out because it's someone that's your friend and that you're sponsored by?
But I think
I'll
he
tell
did
you this.
call it out.
I'll tell you this.
Think he did.
Okay.
I mean, he did say he's not for it. He doesn't know why he did that. He does say that. I've heard him.
I am okay with that.
He's just not saying I won't sponsor him anymore.
So what does that mean?
Personally.
When you boil it down, what does that mean?
I agree. I don't even have to tell you. I do agree. I wouldn't. But I like Neil Johnson, and
Neil's a great guy. He's a friend of mine. I invited Neil on my show multiple times to have an open dialogue. Crickets.
Okay.
I invited Mike Lindell 8 times. Crickets.
Oh, that ain't right. I thought you did talk to Neil. I thought it did happen. No. Okay.
Here's my thing. There's a highway right here on the screen. It's a massive explosion on the highway in California. Just because you go around this doesn't stop it. You can avoid the pothole. The pothole's there until you fix it. Thank you for calling. God bless you. And I think we got to quit being afraid to talk about the damn potholes. Listen here.
If this was on the freeway, I
feel like traffic would be stopped already, but that is a heck of a smoke cloud. Holy cow. Yeah, some on the other side of the freeway is just, wow, look at that. That is a heck of a fire. It's like a fuel truck went off the road. Dude, that is nuts. Look how thick that is. Oh my goodness.
Look at that. That's America, ladies and gentlemen. America. United States. Some of these disasters are just, I don't know. Some of these disasters just seem a little too convenient. A little too, here we go. Look at this. Gateway pundits chiming in. We beat the Gateway. Deep red Mississippi hands black robe to full hijab Yemeni immigration attorney who guides illegals to citizenship pass. I think that we call that amnesty. I believe we call that amnesty. Right? Look at this. Here we go. Mississippi was evidence erased. Wow. Anybody? Anybody comfortable with what's going on right here in Mississippi? Are you okay with this? Wow. Integrity. There you go. I appreciate that. Yeah, great comment. Great comment. Thank you for that. Lines are open. 615-475-7864. Things going on we don't know. You're right about that. David Hogg says moderate Democrats don't have the right values. Man, we want to go further left? Huh. We need to go further left. Let's see what Scott Pressler has to say about this. Scott Pressler interviewing David Hogg. Go.
There's been an argument that they need to moderate or concern over what that's going to look like should they succeed, or that they may not succeed, that they might be defeated by Republicans despite them not doing well in the polling either. What would you say to the moderates in your party who feel that way?
I would say to the moderates in our party, you need to figure out how to actually offer something new to voters that isn't just the same message that you gave them in 2024. Increasingly, the reason why the establishment of our party is being defeated over and over and over again is it's because they don't have.
We'll grab a caller here. What do you think? Oh, this will be good. What do we got? Brian, Lime, Ohio. What do you got?
Hey, good morning, Ben. Happy Sunday.
Yeah, good morning.
Oh, man. Love the tinfoil hat, people.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, geez. But anyways, the reason for my call, I'll try to be quick about it. There's a lot of things in humanity that are led, one of them being cattle.
Do you think there's a lot of people right now that are actual cattle being led, misled, guided by some of these so-called influencers? Do you think that's happening, Brian?
100%.
Okay.
Absolutely, and totally agree with you. And then you got people on the left. You got the nose rings or the septum rings. Cattle and pigs have the same septum rings, and they all get led when they get slaughtered.
That's right. That's right. God bless you, Brian. I appreciate you bringing up that point.
God bless you too, Ben.
Solid take. Solid take from Brian. I want to say a big shout out to Patty in the chat. Just bought me some coffees. Buy me a coffee. Really appreciate that. Let's go Virginia. Dave, what do you got?
Yeah, it's Dave in Virginia.
What do you got, Dave?
Hey, I'll tell you what. We ought to take a playbook out of Greece there and look to see how many of these people are being paid by the Islamic Brotherhood and get them out of here.
You know, we saw how Letitia James, we saw how Fannie Willis, we saw how some of these people were getting money. They were getting it through super chats. They were getting it through donations. They were getting it through PayPal. It's hard to track down, but it's evident, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I do not like what's happening. Thank you for calling, Dave. God bless you. Look at this. This is Alexander Dugan endorsing Alex, Candace, Tucker, and Maggie, Kelly, and Thomas Massey and MTG are the real America first. And Rand Paul. You got a Russian stooge supporting these people. Let's go here. Line 1. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Ben. This is Barb from Ohio.
Barb in Ohio. What do you got, Barb?
I've been watching the show, and it sounds like a lot of things are really discouraging, but I have a little bit of encouragement. I looked up Bernie Moreno's Senate votes, and in July and June, he voted yay on a bunch of judges that they confirmed. I think they confirmed, and in surrounding states, there's U.S. district judges, and even in New York and Texas. And I kind of felt kind of encouraged, thinking maybe something good will come from that.
They did confirm 74 Trump appointments before they went on a month-long recess. I can't deny that that's a good move. But here's my problem. Why did senators like Josh Hawley and Todd Cotton gavel in during all of these other adjournments and not allow Trump to have these recess appointments done?
I don't know that. I'm hoping, and one thing I will say, I don't think Trump has changed since he first ran for office. I think other people have been changing. So unless he's got something in the works and he's stalling things to give him time, I don't know. I can't figure that out.
God bless you. Appreciate you calling. Let's go here. Line 3. Big shout out to Adam. Thanks for your clown comments. Line 3, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Ben, it's Cat House.
Cat House, what do you got, brother?
What are you doing? Meow. Anyways, man, your opening statement, like you said that you were on the ship, y'all didn't point fingers. You fixed the problem, and whoever didn't do it, that's what America needs to do.
I mean, you run a mechanic shop, right? You run you run a mechanic shop.
It's a tire shop, mechanic shop. Yes.
One of your
it's
mechanics,
just common sense.
One of your mechanics, if he pointed to a problem and said, "Hey, you fix it, not me,"
Right. Yeah.
probably wouldn't be working for you for very long.
No, he would not be working. We've already had that problem before. So
you've got to nip it in the bud, don't you?
Yep, you got to nip it in the bud.
And it seems like right now we've got a lot of people in the Senate and Congress that aren't working for America.
They're not, man. They're just taking your money. That's all they're doing.
It's crazy.
That's all they're doing. And this is the part where we see the history of everything. We see what's going on. And we're asking, remember, with all this COVID stuff that's happening, I had Fauci, even Fauci wouldn't answer no questions. We're asking the government to help us. It's the same government that tried to kill us.
The same government we criticize and hate, we wait for a handout. Cat House, thank you for calling. You bring a level of common sense. Blue collar common sense. That's what we love. Let's go here. Line 4. Where are you calling from? What's your name?
My name's John. I'm calling from Louisiana.
John in Louisiana. If you eat boudin tonight, I'm going to be pissed off. What do you got, John?
Well, appreciate your show, man. Appreciate what you do.
Thank you.
This pillar guy, I'm glad you canceled him because that's backstabbing us. And there's a bunch of them out there doing that to us.
I think the first one was Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's the first one that really sort of like bothered me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
But I think after her, we started catching on or noticing it. What are your thoughts?
Oh, yeah. for sure, like a Mike Johnson in Louisiana. I call him up all the time and tell him what I think about him. Of course, I don't talk to him. I talk to one of his secretaries.
Of course.
I called him about the HR 9535 bill. And she said they're working on that.
Right. They're working on it. You're absolutely right. I appreciate you calling from Louisiana, brother. God bless you.
Thank you, man.
Evolution of the Democrat Party. 1860, 1870, 1950, 1970, 2000, 2023, 2025. Can anyone call in and dispute the evolution of the Democrat Party? If you can call in and disprove this, I'll send you a Silver Eagle. Let me grab a Silver Eagle. Let's grab one of these bad boys. How about this one? How about I send this to anybody that can disprove it? Portsmouth Naval Shipyard. Here's your Silver Eagle from the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard. 2000. It's 26 years old, never been out of this. Somebody call in and disprove this graphic. Line 5. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Lydia. I'm calling from Louisiana.
Lydia, Louisiana. Are you a first-time caller?
Yes.
First-time caller. Thank you, Lydia, Louisiana. What would you like to say?
Well, I just wanted to say that what happened with Mike Lindell is a perfect example of why we cannot vote our way out of the situation we're in. Because he flipped on us.
Okay.
And he doesn't realize, and maybe he does, but giving amnesty to Hispanics also gives amnesty to all of the hijab wearers who are trying to take over this country, and they're infiltrating our government every day.
There's a lot of Chinese that came through the southern border.
Those two. So I don't think we can vote our way out. I think we're just going to have to take the country back.
You know what you can do? You can vote your way into socialism. You got to shoot your way out. Thank you for calling. God bless you. Let's go here. Line 2. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Ben. It's Brian from Oklahoma.
Brian in Oklahoma. What do you got, Brian?
Well, I've got everywhere I hear people talk about they don't know what to believe because the psyop that we went through back during COVID, all the disinformation, nobody knows what to believe. They don't know to believe this, they don't know.
I am going to push back. I think people know what to believe. They don't want to believe the truth because it's uncomfortable.
Well, yeah, they don't want to face the truth. And as far as our government, I don't trust any of them. I think personally, man, the Republicans, why can't we get up and protest like the Democrats do?
You may tell you why?
We vote in Congress like the Democrats do? The Democrats, if you watch them in Congress, they vote right down the line.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Republicans, conservatives are lazy and they're waiting on Trump to do everything. Thank you for calling, Brian. Republicans, conservatives are lazy. Line 3, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Line 3, going once, going twice, and hung up on. New frontrunner, Lisa Demuth. Damuth, I think is her name, now leads Mike Lindell in the Minnesota primary. Let's go here. Line 3, what is your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Tracy Ferris. How are you doing, Ben?
Good morning, sir. What would you like to say? That's an Alabama area code, ain't it?
Caller from first-time caller from Alabama. Enterprise.
Rolled. Hey, I grew up just south of there. If you know where Vernon is, Vernon, Florida, that's where I grew up at. Right down, we got the Possum Festival in my hometown. They're in Wausau. I've been to the Boll Weevil Festival in Enterprise. Quick, here's a question for you before I have to nuke you. Roll Tide or War? I can't even say that word. What do you got?
Well, my family's split. We are I'm War Eagle. Wife is Roll Tide.
All right. I love your wife. I'll listen to your bullshit. What do you got?
Okay. That picture you had up before.
Yes, sir.
The picture you had before with 1860s.
Okay.
That's the year the Democrats got their nuts shot off.
That is. Let me pull that back up.
It takes a man to go to war. It takes a man to go to war. They ain't got no damn nuts no more.
Do you think if it came to defending the actual homeland, would Democrats do it? Because there's a lot of Democrats that hate America. I don't think they would take up arms in defending the country.
I don't think they got the fucking balls to, brother. I'm a former Marine myself.
God bless you and Semper Fi.
Awesome. When I graduated Paris Island in 1989, they told us treason. There's only two penalties for treason. That was death by firing squad or get hung.
That's right.
Now these motherfucking commies up here getting elected in these damn states, I'm getting sick and tired of them. They're talking about demolishing the Constitution, demolishing the presidency, Congress, and so forth. That's fucking treason, brother, and I'm fucking pissed off with it.
Let me ask you this, and I want to ask you this. I've got a daughter, a wife. My wife has her own business, that kind of stuff. I look out for my own, number one, and I try to be prepared. And I think for too long, America has quit looking out for our own, and I don't care who it's on. We have looked out for the enemy for too long. And I'm fed up with it. And I know you sound fed up with it as well. And I'm glad that we align on the enemy is within right now. The enemy is within.
Sir, oh, yes, sir. They are.
God bless you for calling in. Thank you so much. Enterprise, Alabama. God, I miss the Wiregrass. I miss the Wiregrass.
Come back visit, Ben, anytime.
Do me a favor. Text message this number with your address. I'm going to send you something. Roll Tide.
Yes, sir. Sure will.
Tell your wife I said Roll Tide. How about that? God bless you.
She's down at the beach right now. My son, he just got back from Qatar. He's been over there for over a year. He was in Syria training the damn Syrians.
Is he in the service?
They left.
He's in the service.
They left to go to Germany, or they left to go to Qatar. 6 months after he got into Syria, this war kicked off. He had to stay over there.
What branch of service is he in?
He's in the Army. He's in the
Army.
101st Airborne.
Are they down in Panama City?
Panama City, Florida.
I'm headed there in September. Like I said, I grew up in Vernon, right around the dog track there in Ebro. God bless you. Appreciate you calling. Roll Tide. Let's go here. Line 4. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Richard from Marietta.
Richard, Marietta, Georgia. What do you got, Richard?
Well, congratulations. You finally talked about him long enough to where you knocked him out of the front spot. Lindell is really, really trying hard for us. He's MAGA. We need him. We don't need the other one. And you're showing so much leftist stuff. You're almost like a Tucker Carlson.
You think I'm a leftist?
You sit there and highlight it for 15 minutes, well, 5 minutes. I sit there and watched you highlight what that Russian guy said about Tucker, MTG, and all the rest of it. You just held it up there in our face. This is a nationwide, Ben. You got to be for the Republicans, not the leftists. You're just doing this leftist promotions, and it don't look good, Ben. It really doesn't. Start talking about the good stuff for doing. The good
Would you
America,
vote for someone that support? Would you vote for someone
really
that's
propelling here?
You're cutting me off, and I've let you talk. I've let you talk. Would you vote for someone that supports amnesty for illegals?
He doesn't support amnesty. He told you that.
Okay. All right.
He only said it once, Ben. Come on. You ain't made a mistake. Have you made a mistake, Ben? Have you made one mistake? You've made a lot of
times. 1,000 times.
Or was you forgiven? Yes. We forgive you.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Is there a red line for anything for you?
Yes, there is.
What's the red line?
Is for not to keep propelling the leftists out there and showing the G-bobs and stuff like that. I mean, that's all you've been this morning, showing that leftist judge.
So you don't want to know what's going on. You just want stuff that makes you comfortable.
I do know what's going on, Ben. I do know what's going on. It doesn't need to be nationalized, and that's what you're doing. You have a spot.
Hold on. Let me ask this question.
Talk to your friends and stuff. Don't put it out there where everybody that ain't got no damn common sense is listening to you.
Richard, I'm going to cut you off here. I'm going to cut you off here because I can already tell you only want stories that make you comfortable. You don't want anything. You only want stuff that makes you comfortable.
That's how you propel in this world.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Just get comfortable.
Only the good gets you forward. The bad makes you feel bad.
So when you go to the concentration camp, you want a pillow, right? You want a comfortable bed in the concentration camp. Buckle up, dude. Life isn't comfortable. Line 3, go right ahead. Where are you calling from? What's your name?
Hey, this is Dog Treats out of Atlanta, Texas. How you doing this morning?
Well, I'm very confused. The guy that called in just a minute ago doesn't want me to talk about what's happening. He only wants stories that make him comfortable. My show isn't a hot tub. My show isn't a massage parlor. My show isn't a feather bed. My show isn't a lazy boy recliner. I try to bring a little bit of reality. And if you're not comfortable with reality, put your hands in your back pockets and carry your ass outside. What do you got to say?
Well, here's some reality. Earlier you was talking about people know, but they don't want to know. They love lies rather than the truth.
Yeah.
In the book of Isaiah over there in chapter 30, it's laid out why. It says, "Go now, write it before them on a tablet, and note it in a book, that it may be for a time to come, forever and ever. This is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seer, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speaking to us smooth things."
Let me ask you this. I'm going to slow you down. I'm going to slow you down. Do you think some of the scripture in the Bible, do you think that his disciples cared if you were comfortable with what they were saying?
No, they didn't care. Either you accepted it or didn't accept it, just like it should be today.
I don't care if what I say makes you comfortable. I don't care if it makes you comfortable. And I think I've got some family that did a little bit of preaching. And he said numerous times, I remember it like forever, that he would never tell the congregation when he was going to preach out of the book of Revelation, because they would never show up that Sunday. They would never show up that Sunday. Thank you for calling, brother. God bless you. God bless you. Man, Marietta just wants to be comfortable. Okay, get comfortable in prison. Wow. I can't believe that, man. I can't believe that somebody called in and actually complained that, don't talk about that. I'm not comfortable with that. You're making me uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. I don't want to hear that. Wow. Okay. Here's a picture of Fauci. Make you uncomfortable. Let's go Grimwrath out in New Mexico, Arizona. I think Arizona, I believe. What do you got, Grimwrath?
Close enough, folks. That guy that just called in was all complaining. It's like, dude, you need to wake up and smell the coffee burning, you dumb shit. If we don't get out and tell people about how crazy this bullshit is and put their nose in it like a dog shitting on the floor, how are they ever going to learn? How are they ever going to figure out what's right and what's wrong if all they ever get is, oh, everything's so wonderful?
Let me ask you this, Grimwrath. Quick question.
Go for it.
If people only wanted to hear what made them comfortable, what do you think 911 operators would do? Oh, your family member got murdered? Oh, that's all right. Oh, you need a fire truck? Oh, everything will be okay. What are your thoughts on if you look at it from this guy is like, well, I just don't want to be uncomfortable. What a clown.
Well, yeah, that's it right there. I mean, you just nailed it because if you called 911, they're not going to be doing that shit. It's not like, oh, we'll have a fire truck right out to your house and oh yeah, we'll have your house back to normal by Monday and everything's going to be fine. It's all
reality
great.
is I'll just say it. Reality's a son of a bitch.
You ain't kidding. I mean, reality's reality. And unfortunately, most of these people, like that guy that called in, he doesn't live in reality. He lives in his own little bubble where everything's perfect. And if you talk out of line or say something he doesn't like, you're instantly hated for it. You're instantly put in that you're a conspiracy theorist or you're a problem maker because you're saying things that
make me uncomfortable.
What the other side is doing exactly, and that makes
Grimrath,
me
I'm going to grab this other one, brother. God bless you. Thank you for backing it up. Let's go line 4. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Kim in California, and I want to
Kim
say
in
you have
California.
comment of the day about the pillow in the concentration camp. Boom shakalaka.
I mean,
I just want our callers. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, if you are not realizing what's going on, I hope you get the most comfortable bed, the most comfortable pillow. I hope you have a padded toilet seat. I hope you have the best air conditioning in your prison cell, right? I hope you rearrange the chairs on the Titanic.
Correct.
What are your thoughts?
My comment today is about the theocratic Islamic Republic.
Let's hear it.
Everyone, go study it and then listen to the DSA platform. They're coming, and it's not political. This is a religious revolution. They're coming to take us out. They
want Texas first.
They're just satanic.
They want Texas first. They want Texas.
Yeah,
they got New York. They got New York.
Mm-hmm.
They got New York. They want Texas next. Thank you for calling. God bless you.
All right.
Let's go here. Line 5. What do you got? Line 5. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Ben. This is Bub from Southern Ohio.
Bub in Ohio. What do you got?
Hey, I've got good news and bad news.
Let's hear the bad news first. I love bad news.
Okay. Joe Davina, do you remember that name?
Yeah, that name sounds familiar. Yeah. Refresh us.
He's in Florida investigating Brennan and Comey.
Okay, good.
The bad news is that Tom Cotton and Thune won't release the papers to him so he can investigate them.
I heard that. That's a sad state of affairs.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And one more thing, Ben, before I go. Every answer we need is in the Bible. And God said in the last days there'd be problems with perplexity. And that's exactly what we're dealing with.
Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate you calling, Bub. God bless you. Thank you for calling.
God bless you too.
The guy that called in said he didn't want to get comfortable or didn't want to be uncomfortable. This is the book that I read by a guy by the name of Dr. Gad Saad. The book is called Suicidal Empathy, Dying to Be Kind. It's a 2026 book by Gad Saad, argues excessive, misdirected empathy is causing civilizational decline. The book's core thesis rests on several arguments. Empathy evolved for small kin-based groups. He proposes that empathy follows an inverted U-curve that leads to psychopathy. He claims that current policies invert moral priorities, protecting criminals over the victims, illegal migrants over citizens, squatters over homeowners, often suppressing objective truth to avoid hurt feelings. Tell me I'm not wrong here. Tell me that the guy from Georgia is full of crap without saying he's full of crap. Good grief. If you're uncomfortable with the truth, then I don't think you can handle the truth, to quote Jack Nicholson. Bleeding hearts, yeah. Tommy,
Hey,
Guitar Man, what do you got, Tommy?
boy, listen, just going to say this. Paul said, even if we, an apostle, rise from the dead and come back, or any angel tells you anything different than this gospel that has made it all the way to this day unchanged, save grammar. Muhammad, after murdering and warring, founded a cave, dark cave, and a shining angel named Islamiyah Lucifar told him everything. He was illiterate, and then he tried to remember it. And there's where the Islamic religion comes from.
Why do you, let me ask you this. Why do you think the guy called in from Georgia and he's like, well, I'm uncomfortable with you showing this stuff? Like,
oh, because he's a wimp or something. I was shocked, just shocked, man, that he didn't want to hear the absolute death march that's going on in our country that we're allowing due to the book that I read the book. Great book. Read it.
It's phenomenal.
Read it. Phenomenal book, man. So, yeah, we're allowing this, and it is in the gospel. And if you take the gospel seriously, the most recent caller, I fully agree with, if you truly believe that it's not a fairy tale, then we're in freaking trouble as a country and a world. But I am hoping for it. And that's a very humiliating thing. And we are all slaves to be humiliated because none of us are good compared to God. There you go. Everybody have a great day, Ben. And
God bless you. Thank you for calling, Tommy.
I'm 100% behind your channel and everything you do. I really
God bless you. Let's grab well, I think we got cut off there. Tommy, thank you very much. I think we got cut off. I'm sorry about that. I want to hear what let's go, Eunice in New York. What do you got, Eunice?
Hey, Ben, I just got a couple of words for that lovely call you just got with, being uncomfortable.
I think it's hilarious.
Well, actually, I was doing something and it got my attention. So I had to laugh, and then it got me a little bit annoyed. So I'm going to keep it as clean as I possibly can here, because you know how I can get.
Sure.
Whatever your name is, you can kiss my big, white, Catholic ass.
It's really funny that people, can't accept, by me showing something that is reality of a Muslim judge.
Send him my way, and I'll give him a few lessons on how to get uncomfortable.
It's crazy, isn't it?
I could not believe he said that. You see, people like him is what's going on in America. That's why America is failing. It's because of people just like that.
I hope his wife will defend him if they ever get attacked. I hope his wife steps up.
Well, and let me tell you something else. You think New York is cooked, and it does look like that. But I'm 66 years old, and New York is not cooked until I'm dead, and I have no reason, no why. I don't plan on dying anytime soon.
Good for you. Thank you for calling, Eunice.
Care,
God bless you.
Bless you.
Let's see, Marietta, Georgia. I want to do some looking into Marietta, Georgia. What do we got? Line 4. Where are you calling from? What's your name?
I'm calling from Arizona. This is Lori.
Lori in Arizona. What do you got?
So we need to be the world holdout against the Muslim Islamic.
We're the last frontier.
How do we go about it?
We're the last frontier.
How do we go about that?
I'll tell you
now,
this.
I'm a precinct committeeman. Should we start there within our precincts? How do we push back against them?
You know, I think the easiest way that we do this, we have to realize that the Democrat Party used these people, this religion of peace, to gain traction. And now we have to realize the Democrat Party is so dumb that they haven't realized that it's almost like Dracula. You invited Dracula into the house. Once you invite him in, it's hard to get him out. And I don't know if the Democrat Party played around with some black magic, some voodoo, the Ouija boards. And now the Ouija boards are taking over. They have conjured some spirits that they're not prepared to deal with. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, we just gotta, and like you say, with God's side, the empathy. Yes, we have freedom of religion, but Islam is not a religion. It is an ideal.
Yeah. Thank you for calling,
and so
Lori.
we need to get rid of it.
God bless you. Appreciate it. Let's go line 5. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, hi, my name's James. I'm calling from Tennessee.
James in Tennessee. What do you got, James?
Hey, remember when President Trump said he would accept nothing other than unconditional surrender from Iran?
I think there's been a lot that's changed from since then till now, hasn't there? There's been a lot of dynamics that have changed. Do you agree?
Well, we've won the war 26 different times, right? That's what President Trump has said.
I don't know if we've won any war. I also
Are
don't
you saying
believe you're.
President
Hold
Trump
on.
is lying?
You're cutting me off. I also don't believe your name is James in Tennessee. I think this is Troll from New Jersey. I think is the that's what I think the name is.
But we've won the war so many times.
You didn't
President
answer my
Trump has
question.
said.
You didn't answer my question.
What's your question?
I said you're not James in Tennessee. You are Troll from New Jersey that supports.
I don't know what you're
Hold
talking
on.
about.
Hold on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've got your number saved. And you support people like Nikki Haley and Mike Pompeo. And I think your big candidate was Chris Christie. That's your guy. I remember you calling and saying you love Chris Christie closing down bridges and eating ice creams. I love the game.
I'm kind of old-fashioned. I like presidents that don't try to overturn elections. But that's
What about
just
Chris
me.
Christie? Do you like presidents that shut down bridges?
Better than trying to overturn an election.
So you're okay with Chris Christie shutting down actual public transportation?
No, I'm not okay with that. But better.
But
than
you
trying
support
to-
him. But you support Chris Christie.
How much did Trump take?
You
from
don't
in
answer
his Doge?
You want me to answer questions. You won't answer questions. You always come with the same 7 talking points. Your game doesn't change.
Which will be open sooner? The
There
Strait
you
of
go.
Hormuz
You
or the
can't do it.
reflection pool?
You can't hold a real conversation. You've got 7 talking points that you don't defer from. I love it. I love the commitment to it. I love the commitment.
When
You
will the
got
reflection pool-
busted. You got busted. I love how you got busted. And I'll just say this. I'll say it loud and proud. Gotcha, bitch.
Oh.
There you go. Eric Tate, what do you got? Line 3.
What's going on, Ben Dykes, my friend, to everyone in the chat?
Man, I love the guy that just tried to call in and play dumb. I've got this system that I save all the numbers of the trolls. I love it.
Oh my God, Ben, that really got under my skin. And you know, and hello to Tommy, my friend, and Eunice. God bless her too. I just had to say this, Ben. As far as us being men, you know, we Gen Xers, we grew up in the same era.
Sure.
What did the first thing our parents told us?
Be tough.
You have no right. Be tough, and the only choice you had was to make it.
Yeah.
That's so. You're like, oh, you had options. Your options was to make it. So to hear the other man talk like that, to be so weak, I pray to God if he has kids, they don't follow his footsteps.
If his house ever gets broken into, I hope his wife takes care of the burglar.
Exactly, Ben. When I listen to that, as a man, listen to that.
when you have weak people like that, that's how you get your country taken over.
It
People
is,
that
brother.
think like that. And I get sick and tired of people, especially fellow Americans, man, that sit back here. Because I had an argument with somebody. Oh, well, I don't feel the need, but well, you need to shut your mouth up because you don't have any input. That's the problem. People got to understand. This is why we got President Donald Trump in, because what he was shown was strength. And that showed us being strength. We can't all of a sudden be strong and then go weak. But we follow people like the other caller, nothing against them personally, that have that type of mentality. That's how you lose your whole country. Look what's going over in UK and all that other stuff. That's because you have people, and I'm sure there's some good people over there, but weak. The majority is weak, and that's how you get your country taken over. We can't have that type of reaction right here. That's what, and I'm, Ben, like we're speaking, we have to have people like us, Ben, that think like us. You have to be strong. That's why, because the next generation, long after we're gone, we want them to be strong so we can pass the torch, let them know, hey, listen, the way
Eric,
that we're fighting for our country, you have to be the same way.
Eric, you and I can agree. If you're going to be dumb, you better start lifting weights. Thank you for calling, Eric. God bless you.
Anytime, my friend. God bless you, too.
God bless you. Let's go line 5. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, I got my Doge check yesterday in the mail.
Oh, you called back. I love it. I'm so happy that you called back. You got your Doge check. Donnie did this to the taxes. Donnie did that to the taxes. The Doge check. I love Chris Christie. I appreciate you calling. How's your tariff rebate? How's your tariff rebate? Your arguments are so old and dumb. And I'm surprised that your husband let you call in. Wow, I love the low IQ troll. I love the low IQ troll from New Jersey that likes Chris Christie. I love it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it, please. I love these. You're so lame. Line 5. What do you got, line 5?
If you're a star.
There you go. I've got all the numbers for the troll. Line 6. Go right ahead.
Hi, Ben. It's Elaine from California.
Elaine in California. What would you like?
Well, I'm pretty damn mad.
Let's hear it.
About everything that's going on in this country. And I think the main problem is that we're letting people get away with treason. You had one of your videos showed all these military people, I guess, having lunch with the CCP.
13 retired generals.
Yeah, so what's going to happen to these people? These are clearly traitors. They should be shot.
These retired generals that maintain a security clearance until the day they die. Top generals formed a secret back channel with the Chinese Communist Party and were advised, we wish you would advocate positions favorable to China. Wish you would advocate means we're paying you to advocate. And I believe, and I can't tell because the image is blurred out, that is General Milley, retired. Thank you for calling. God bless you. Let's go line 6. What do you got, line 6? Line 6 going once, going twice. Line 6 hung up. Let's go line 7. What do you got, line 7? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Ben. Hope you're having a good day. It's Jim in Middle Tennessee.
Jim, anytime I get trolls calling in, we're over the target, and I'm having a great day. What do you got?
I'm not a troll.
No, I mean the previous morons that are uncomfortable with the truth. And then the guy from New Jersey that loves Chris Christie's belt and underwear, but everything's Trump's fault. What do you got?
Yeah, well, we just have to pray for those people, Ben. That's all we can do.
Prayer's powerful. Prayer's powerful.
Yeah, I had something I wanted to run by you. I think it was this week or last week. Mondami was in New York speaking on stage at a pro-police.
He got ran
crime.
out or like booed off stage, didn't he?
Yeah. He didn't even. He just kept smiling and white teeth shining and waving and. Yeah, I mean, it's so phony, it's pitiful. But I had something, we got the 25th coming up on 9/11.
Yep, 25th anniversary of 9/11.
He's sworn up and down he's going to show up. Man,
Wow.
They've got a petition. I think I've heard over several thousand people have signed a petition to keep him away from the ceremonies. But he's sworn up and down he's going to show up. What are they going to? The fire departments, the police departments, the people at the 25th anniversary. What are they going to think about him showing up at something like that?
You know, the people of New York that elected him, I don't know how to put into words how dumb that they are. I don't know how to put that into words.
I expect them to turn their back on him if he's even allowed up on the stage. I wouldn't be surprised if they just all turn around and turn their back on him or something.
I'm going to show you something right here. I'm going to show you something right here that a lot of people have never seen. This is a clip of Mamdani from 2016 pushing his mom's Disney movie. Thank you for calling, brother. I appreciate you.
All right. Have a great...
Let's go here. Trolls, keep the calls coming. I love the trolls. This is Mamdani 2016.
But I mean, we also do, our showkees. We do our showkees in Kampala. But I mean, having a dance move to a song is a big thing, right? But I would say the Nigerians have really patented that. The Nigerians come out with a song, like Yemi Alade has a song called, what's the name? Kofi Annan. She has a song called Kofi Annan. Do the Kofi Annan. Now all my friends in Kampala are doing the Kofi Annan, right? So Ugandans, we don't really have as many dance moves associated with a song, but we will always dance. We are always dancing. That's the thing. The difference for me is, I'm from Uganda, but I also grew up in New York. In New York, you don't really, you go out, some guys are very hesitant to dance. If they're not grinding, they're just standing. In Kampala, you will just not find that. People are all dancing. Everybody's dancing.
Everybody's dancing. Why didn't he dance here? Why wasn't he celebrating this?
Of New York! Oh yeah, man! It's a big Knicks fan! Let's go Knicks!
What do you think about these people protesting that guy? He's the mayor, damn it! You better recognize his authority. He's the mayor.
And thank you also to all the elected officials.
I'm the mayor. I'm the mayor. I'm the mayor. Let's go line 4. What do you got?
MWP, Mercer County, Pennsylvania. Ben, pissed off again. I see that clip of Montgomery walking around and that disgusting look on his face, that grin just
That
makes me
smile is so welcoming. It's a welcoming smile.
Ben, I want to bounce his teeth off the pavement. It's horrible. I mean, why? How did they elect this guy into New York City and like everybody just forgot 9/11, right? And he's hanging out with some of the guys that planned it.
Yeah. I can't argue with you. I think you're 1,000% right. I can't.
Well,
I can't push back on your argument.
But what's the solution? Because they're not going to vote him out.
Well, I'll tell you this. The solution is sometimes when you tell someone the stove's hot, they have to touch it because they don't believe you. And I believe right now, New York City is touching the stove.
Have you seen the videos of the floodways? Yeah, that's about what they are now. The subways being flooded.
I did. Yeah.
All the infrastructure. He ain't taking care of it. It's falling apart. I mean, they're reaping what they sowed, brother. Thanks for taking my call, man. I love you, man.
God bless you. I appreciate you. Appreciate it. I really do. Great call. I think sometimes you just got to touch the stove. That's kind of how this game plays. You know, if you don't really believe it's hot. Here's my trolls. Trump signs executive order banning birthright citizenship. Democrats are all pro-life all of a sudden. Ooh, let's go here. Line 7. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Ben. This is Lori from Buffalo, New York.
Lori, are you a first-time caller from Buffalo?
I am. Yes, I am.
Lori, thank you for calling. What would you like to say?
I would like to comment on the caller that just called in. You know, they have every right-wing media station to spew their bullcrap, but they have to come on our channels to do this.
You know, I welcome it.
Yeah. Thank you for welcoming it, Ben.
Because
thank you for what you do.
I think it's interesting. It's a peek inside of the insane asylum. Like most insane asylums don't have windows, but here we get to peek inside and we get to watch all the booger eaters and window lickers. We get to.
Look at all the people you're driving crazy. You're doing a great job.
God bless you. I appreciate you. Buffalo, New York, first time caller. Let's go line 4. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian, my brother. How you today?
You know, I feel inspired by the booger eaters.
I hear you. Hey, it's old Grumpy. I'm at home in Tennessee today.
Good for you. What you got?
Man, I apologize. Well, I apologize for not being able to meet you Monday. I mean, I did fall sick.
Sound like you were under the weather. What do you got to talk about?
Yeah. Well, you know, with everything going on and what we're seeing now in New York City and Texas, you know, it wasn't very long ago that a Japanese general said, "I'm afraid all we've done is awoken the sleeping giant."
Hallelujah.
They're about to wake that giant up again, and we are about to become the monster they feared for the last 90 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
I agree with
you
that.
ask what it's going to take. You ask what it's going to take. It's going to take the monster waking up.
Yeah. Look at this. Trump supporters are pushing for Senate recall on the Save America Act. I think we need to recall these people. I think we also need to get rid of John Thune. And I'm tired of all of these Republican senators that get on X and post 1,000 times a day, but they won't post to recall John Thune.
No, they won't. They're cowards.
They are cowards.
Yep, exactly.
Thank you for calling, Grumpy. God bless you.
Have a good one, brother.
God bless you. I'm going to save Grumpy's number there. I need to save Grumpy's number. Grumpy, right there. He called from the, I saw his number. There we go. Got it. Commercial, the guy in Indiana, you're welcome to call back. Somebody keeps calling and hanging up, or they call during the middle of a call. This is a little imagery here of my production studio. When I make my videos outside, that's what I do. I started doing some consulting for anybody that wants to join or anybody that wants to start your own social media platform. Hit me up, text message me. I'm doing some consulting work. I'm helping about 8 or 9 fellow channels right now. Let's go here. 973, line 5. Where are you calling from? What's your name? 973 area code.
Yeah, is affordability still...
This is the same. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Is affordability, did you get your Doge check? Did you get your Doge check? I love the Doge check guy. I love the Doge check guy. Here, let me add Doge check guy to block. Doge check guy to block. Is affordability? I love it. Fred's my call screener. There's Daisy. There's my boy Fred right there at my foot. I love these people that are they hate me so much that they watch. I love it. Is my Doge check? Somebody sent me a photo of their dog. Tag me on any pictures of your dogs on X. I love dog photos. Let's see here. Cary, Ohio. I don't typically take 2 calls, but go for it, Cary. Lines are yours.
Yes, sir.
I understand that. When you were showing where Mondami was getting booed off stage, there was a cop there in front of the man that was yelling and screaming at him.
Okay.
He had a heart attack there, died on the spot. They brought him back. When he got out of the hospital, he rented a plane, had a big banner, Mondami, don't show up at 9/11 Memorial.
Really?
Yep, and that is a true Republican warrior right there.
Damn right. God bless you, brother. God bless you.
God bless you. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that bit of information. Let me call this guy back. He's called multiple times. Let's go here. Let's get a caller right here. I'm going to call him back. I feel like I owe him a call back. I never do callbacks.
Hey, Ben.
I'm sorry. I was trying to switch and grab your call. What would you like to say? The lines are yours.
Oh, no. Which is north of Atlanta, not Indiana.
Your phone's cutting in and out real bad.
From Lake Lanier, which is north of Atlanta, not Indiana. But I love seeing my 2th by T-ball model in the shot. Number one, the Dugan thing. I knew about Dugan a long time ago. Thank you so much for bringing that out. More people should know it. You can connect the points. Those guys go to Russia, they come back, the thing changes.
They do. They go to Russia, they come back indoctrinated. Your audio's cutting in and out. It's kind of skipping in and out right there.
Yeah, I'm up here on the lake. Sometimes I don't get the greatest. Anyway, number 3, the Coca-Cola thing. I'm in Atlanta. I'm up here on the lake. The Coca-Cola are one of the family members. They have a huge compound over there. Coca-Cola is made of sugar and all sorts of. It's bad for you. So when I see the video, and I knew about that stuff. I showed it to my wife. But anyway, it's a good reminder that these big companies they have to have accountability too. I don't drink Coke, nor but now with if you're a Coke drinker and you drink that stuff, you support that stuff, letting Satan and all that stuff get thrown into our society, and you can't have that. Jesus is the Lord. I'm a nice Jewish boy saying that. That's just ridiculous. Last but not least, those spineless freaking senators who did not stay in town to get the SAVE Act passed. Here's a good little thing. We got 37 days, 4.5 weeks, whatever that is, to wait for them. We should have a rally welcoming them back right in the Capitol when they come back from their vacation for a rude awakening, saying, you ain't leaving this building again until you get the SAVE Act done.
I agree.
And our country is at a serious tipping point. And I see totally with that guy, he gets all the Muslim community up there in Dearborn to vote for him. He might win that freaking thing in Michigan.
I think he does. I think he does.
And if Tucker splits the Republican mega party, oh my God, maybe you're right. That is his plan. But I still believe in the Trumpster. I just, the man he's been shot. He's been indicted. He's been yelled at. He's been called all these freaking names. He's got all his grandchildren. You think he wants them to live in a he's got something up his sleeve. He's always a couple steps, but I'm telling you, it's coming into the bottom of the 9th, or it's the 15th round, man. We all have to rally, man, if we're going to get this thing on the right track. And
God bless you.
Being pissed is one thing, but man, it's time to dance, man.
Thank you for the call, brother.
Like Mondani Stan. I dance, Mondani, but I dance to win.
Thank you, and thank you for the 2 if by T right here in the background. God bless you.
Baby.
God bless you. Let's gray here. Line 5. Where are you calling from? What's your name?
It's me again, Kathy from Buffalo, New York.
Kathy, I typically never take 2 calls, but go right ahead. Make it quick.
Okay. The guy that had the heart attack with Mondami in New York, he's been a longtime activist. His name is Scott Lobato.
That's right.
He's got a Facebook channel, and he's an artist. He was in Washington, and he makes all those beautiful flags. Yep. And that was him. That was actually him. He's doing okay. He's recovering.
Well, you know what? It's interesting you bring that up. My a good friend of mine makes flags. I'm going to pull his website up here real quick. But thank you for calling. I really appreciate you. God bless you.
No problem.
Kathy in
God bless.
Buffalo, the home of the Buffalo Wings. Home of the Buffalo Wings. Let's see here. Do Tucker MTG have an affiliation with the 13 Generals? Marjorie Taylor Greene has probably an affiliation with a lot of truck stops. I'm going to show you something here real quick. A good friend of mine just made me a new challenge coin holder. Good friend of mine. His name is Don Lau. That's him and his grandson there in the image. They just made me a new challenge coin holder. And I'm getting it delivered. He's going to deliver it. I'm going to put a link in the chat for this. This is Don. He's a Vietnam veteran. And these are challenge coin holders. I'm going to get his website to load here. Okay. Let me see. Challenge coin holder. Here we go. Challenge coin trays. Now he makes all kind of flags. But this is the one that he just made for me. Look at that. Holds the challenge coins. It's got the groove cut in there. You can do it with anything, but he just made, this is mine right here. This is mine right here. Holds the challenge coins, American flag. That's coming right here, and it's going to be right in the background. Okay? That's him and his grandson that make these. And I want you to go check out. He does them all. He makes everything. He's a Vietnam veteran, Agent Orange survivor, and he does these flags with anything that you think is good for you. Navy, Marine Corps, Army, retirement gifts, Coast Guard, Air Force, first responders, law enforcement, whatever you want, he does it. And I'm going to put right here, he's right here in Arkansas. There is his phone number, right there. And I want you to go check this guy out. His name's Don. You tell Don the Ben Dykes Show sent you. He's a Vietnam vet working hard to spread patriotism with his grandson. And I don't know a better way to support someone like, look at that. How beautiful is that? My challenge coins are going to be all over that. And he does them all, guys. Look at it. What branch? If you're a veteran, post your branches. I know I got a lot of Marines in here. Let me show these Marine flags that he's got here. Where's it at? Flags for the Marine Corps. You order them. Oh, I took a wrong turn there. I clicked on the wrong thing. Shop. Let's go military flags. Let's go Marine Corps. Let's find Semper Fidelis on here. I know he's got them. Marine Corps. Look at that. I don't know if there's anything better than an eagle, anchor, and globe other than the Navy emblem. It's 36 inches wide, 20 inches tall, handmade by him. Each flag is handmade, not made in China. You don't have to press 1 to get English to talk to Don. You don't have to do it. Super chat from Trina. God has protected President Trump many times. Wake up, people. Proudly stand by the man that has the intestinal fortitude to speak the truth, has morals, values, stays loyal to the team, no matter how hard the obstacles before us. Get that man is you, Ben. Thank you. Trolls, I love all the trolls too. I love them. You propagate the formula that keeps my show growing. Let's go right here. Guitar player out of, I think, great state of Michigan.
Hello.
What you got?
What I got this. I just wonder how they feel after the Charlie Kirk Memorial, the Tuckers and all those. How do they feel now? What are they doing now? That Charlie Kirk's his advice and his words didn't mean nothing to know these people. That's what I'm asking. I don't get it.
They made a lot of money off Charlie Kirk's name.
Yeah, that's something, ain't it? Wow.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Yeah, well, I feel, that, these people just don't. Gullibleness is crazy, isn't it?
It is, man.
Being gullible and hey, okay, they're like magicians or whatever.
Sleight of hand. Mean? That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you calling, guitar player. God bless you.
You too, buddy.
Let's go here. Line 6. Where you calling from? What's your name?
Hi, this is Lisa. I'm calling from Arizona.
Lisa, Arizona. What do you got?
Hey, I was just laughing so hard when you mentioned MTG and what you said about her.
She's a lot lizard. She's a lot lizard.
I just wanted to laugh about that, but I also wanted to make a comment about how the senators all left Washington. They were on their break. Do you think that it was because even if they passed that, is it called reconciliation?
Mm-hmm.
That it didn't have the Save America Act in there. It wasn't mandatory.
That's right.
Right. You probably said that already at the beginning of your show, but I'm just catching your show right now.
Well, I appreciate you calling. Thank you for calling.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
What do you think about the Doge checks? What do you think about that stuff?
Why do you keep rushing me off?
The troll keeps calling. I love it. What do you think about the Doge checks? What do you think about Chris Christie? I love it. I love the troll calls. Love the trolls. Thank you for calling. You make my job so much fun. I just enjoy the trolls. If you're not getting trolls, you're not doing it right. That's the real answer. If you're not getting trolls, you're not saying the right things. Because they are the ones that are the real super fans. Trolls are the real super fans because they hang on every word. They need every little morsel. Trolls are so fun. I love them. I love the trolls. With that being said, guys, I think we probably need to dive the ship.
The watch on the 1MC, pass the word. Dive, dive, sound 2 blasts of dive alarm, pass the word, dive, dive.
Dive, dive. Dive, dive. Here we go again. Here we go again. Same old song again. Same old song again. Marching down the avenue. Marching down the avenue. We don't know where we'll be through. We don't know where we'll be through. A long, long time ago. Long, long time ago. Heard it on the radio. Heard it on the radio. Sounds so good to me. Sounds so good to me. U.S. Navy submarine. U.S. Navy submarine. Recruiter just inside here. Recruiter just inside here. Turns out I gave them 5 years. Turns out I gave them 5 years. Had to get out of boot camp. Had to get out of boot camp. They won't like the smoking lamp. They won't like the smoking lamp. Now I'm a submariner. Now I'm a submariner. Rolling in the deep, sir. Rolling in the deep, sir. Top secret mission, hush, hush. Secret mission, hush, hush. No one's gonna find us. No one's gonna find us. 6 months below the ocean. 6 months below the ocean. Can't remember the sun. Can't remember the sun. Can't write my wife no letters. Can't write my wife no letters. And Tony's gonna get her. Tony's gonna get her. But I won't trade this life away. I won't trade this life away. Makes it worth the Navy pay. Makes it worth the Navy pay. If I can't be a bobblehead. I can't be a bobblehead. Might as well just be dead. Might as well just be dead. Long, long time ago. Long, long time ago. Heard it on the radio. Heard it on the radio. Sounds so good to me. Sounds so good to me. U.S. Navy submarine. U.S. Navy submarine. freedom. Hey, sailor! Hey, sailor! Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Korea. I've been to Korea. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for freedom. Fighting for freedom. Hey, sailor! Hey, sailor! Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Vietnam. I've been to Vietnam. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for freedom. Fighting for freedom. Hey, sailor! Hey, sailor! Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Desert Storm. I've been to Desert Storm. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for freedom. Fighting for freedom. Hey, sailor! Hey, sailor! Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Afghanistan. I've been to Afghanistan. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for freedom. Fighting for freedom. Hey, sailor! Hey, sailor! Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Iraq and back. I've been to Iraq and back. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for freedom. Fighting for freedom. Hey, sailor! Hey, sailor! Where will you be? Where will you be? I'll be where I have to be. I'll be where I have to be. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for freedom. Fighting for freedom. Live, cry, live, free. Cry, live, free. Live, cry, live, cry, live.
Okay, guys, gals, girls, this is Ben Dykes Show. Smash a like and subscribe on your way out the door. See you in the next one. Ben Dykes Show is out. I think we need to talk to a troll. Let's see if we can get the troll to call back. Actually, let's see if we can. Let's just try to call the troll. Let's get the troll. I want to call the troll back. Somebody said let the troll speak. Troll, the line is yours. He might be dilating. I think he's dilating.
Hello.
Troll, the line is yours. I was hoping you weren't dilating and you would take my call.
Oh, that's pretty funny. Yeah, what's the difference between a man and a woman? How come you don't want to address anything I bring up?
Your monologue is old. Your talking points are old. Doge
Really?
checks,
Have you listened
inflation.
to your show? It's kind of the same shtick. You're doing the same shtick you've been doing for years.
Let me ask you one question then. Let me ask you one question.
Sure.
If my show is the same shtick, why do you keep watching?
I don't. I haven't looked at it in 6 months.
But you're looking at it now. You've called 30 times this morning. What is the appeal?
Because it's fun crapping on you MAGA losers.
MAGA losers!
It's fun asking you uncomfortable questions that you can't
What's
answer.
the uncomfortable question? I'll trade you uncomfortable questions. How about that? You go first.
I thought we're only
you go
going
first.
to settle for unconditional surrender with Iran. And it'll
Okay.
be over in a few days.
Okay. That's supposed to be an uncomfortable question.
Yeah, what I thought we obliterated Iran's nuclear
Can I
program.
answer the uncomfortable question?
How?
And then I get to ask you one. Hold on. We established the game.
Ask me your Chris Christie question.
No, I'm not going to ask you a Chris Christie question because it's a drum. The horse is dead.
Wait,
You asked me. Hold on.
Support biological
Hold on.
men and women's sports.
Hold on. You asked me the uncomfortable question. You thought we were going to obliterate them. It would only last a couple of days. My reply is, and I
didn't
know.
think that.
Hold
That's what
on.
Donnie told us.
You are not allowing me to answer. The game is you let me speak and then I let you speak. Okay? So you asked the question. Now it's my turn. I know that you have never served this country in uniform or done anything bigger or beyond your own measly capability. But in
Like our
battle,
president.
you're cutting me off again. You can't shut up, can you? When you're in military, when you're on a battlefield, when you're in the ocean, when you're on wherever you're at, when you're in combat, things change. Situations change. It's called tactics. It's called adapt and overcome. And when things change, you're not letting me speak again. You're not letting me speak again. I'm giving you more courtesy than you're giving me. Okay? That's the rule here. That's the rule. So things change, tactics change. When the North invaded the South during the Civil War, they had a plan, and then shit went sideways and they change. World War II, Guadalcanal, Iwo Jima, Normandy, Omaha Beach, Bella Wood. Tactics are one thing. The situation changes. Okay? So I answered your question. Now, you get to answer my question. Okay?
By the way, plans change, but when you have no plans,
I knew you had to.
change.
I've got to I got to throw in a by the way, right? I didn't use a by the way. Okay, I didn't do that. So here's my question for you: who is the leader of the Democrat Party?
I have no idea. They suck.
So no leader of the Democrat Party. Okay, now
they're awful.
Okay, so who is the leader of the opposition party that has the best chance to win the White House in 2028?
I don't know. It's a complete mess. We're stuck between far left nut jobs and MAGA pieces of crap. And
who's the far left nut job that has the best chance of being the 2028 candidate?
Well, hopefully it won't be a far left nut job. Hopefully it'll be a moderate Democrat, a normal Democrat.
Would you vote for a moderate Democrat?
I know you want to paint the entire Democratic Party as communist and socialist, but that's kind of absurd. That would be like saying all Republicans are morons like Andy Ogles.
Okay, so let's stop here because we're doing the question thing. So now it's your turn for a question. That's the way this works.
Okay. So help me understand, we obliterated Iran's nuke program, but then a few months later, they were a week or two away from a nuclear bomb. Can you square that circle for me?
Square the circle. Okay. All right. So once again, situations on the battlefield change. I would also be
so Trump was
hold on, you really can't let me speak without cutting me off. Your husband or wife or whatever your situation is must really like how you butt in, you cut in. So I'm not going to do that to you. I didn't, and I expect the same respect here. Okay, can we establish that?
Sure.
Oh, all right. That's how civil dialogue happens. I will go back to this. Situations change. The dynamic in Iran has changed. And I think there's two major factors that have changed the dynamic in Iran. Number one is China. We know that China is supplying munitions and all other kind of superfluous crap to them. And I would say the other thing that changed is what Pakistan is supplying to Iran. We can both probably agree with those two bad actors. They have a lot to gain, they have a lot to lose, and it's very
I'm not sure
important.
I agree with that.
You don't have to agree with it. We can agree to disagree
you just said
with
we
things.
both probably agree, and I said no, I don't agree with that.
Okay, and I accept you disagree.
And if Pakistan is providing Iran with weaponry, why are they? Maybe they are. Why is Vance then sitting down with them to negotiate?
So do you think we should just nuke everyone?
I'm not saying that, but if you're saying that Pakistan is not being an honest broker, why are we then allowing them to be the broker and the mediator here?
I agree with that. I completely agree with Pakistan not being the people I would want to be the middleman. I 1,000% agree
Vance
with you.
and Trump are stupid to deal with Pakistan.
Do you think, let me ask you this then. I don't think Vance and Trump are stupid, but let me ask you this. Do you think Kamala and Joe would have handled this better?
They wouldn't have gotten into this to begin with.
What would they have gotten into? What would they have gotten into?
Netanyahu to come into the Situation Room and say, "Oh, Donnie, If you do Iran, it'll be
You
just
don't
like
answer
Venezuela.
questions. I love
Only
how you
can
take
do
these
this, Donnie.
tangents. I love how you take these tangents and go sideways, but you don't actually answer the question. You go, well, Donnie, you really are not
your
good
question?
about this question and answer thing.
What's your question?
Let's say right now you have a genie in the bottle and you rub the bottle and the genie comes out and magically, same situation, Kamala and Joe are in charge. Would they handle it better? Yes or no?
What's the situation?
The Iran situation that we've talked about. Would Joe and Kamala handle it better than what's happening right now?
Before or after we started a war?
The current situation right now. I'll speak slower because I think I've developed the ability to understand I need to speak slow for you. Yes or no? Yes or no? Would they be able to handle the situation right now?
Most non-narcissistic
You
adults
can't answer the question. You can't answer the question.
I am answering the question.
You're not.
You just don't like the
The answer is yes or no.
Yes.
You think Joe and Kamala would handle it better. You think Muslim men, Muslim leaders would negotiate with Kamala Harris, who identifies as a woman.
Yeah.
Muslim leaders will negotiate with a woman. Okay. All right, great.
Pakistan had a female president at one point. You know that, right?
Before,
Probably not.
Before 1977.
No, absolutely not. Bhutto was, I don't know the exact years, but it was definitely after 77.
Okay. But not since the Ayatollah has taken charge.
Oh, absolutely. The Ayatollah took charge in 79.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate the dialogue.
Very well.
I really appreciate the dialogue. I do. Your points are so solid. And I really think you're one of my super fans. And I have to give a shout out to the super fans.
That's not saying much, but okay.
Thank you so much.
That's not saying much, but I'll take it. Okay.
I really appreciate your time.
I'm the smartest I'm the smartest in a bunch of dumb idiots. Great.
You sound like a narcissist.
Yeah.
He admitted to being a narcissist. Okay. Admitted to being a narcissist. I think it's basement Biden. You might be right. Take care, guys.